It is a familiar scene. The end of the world. And yet, this planet's end is not punctuated with a bang or a sea of flames, but with a slow, inevitable decay. Humanity had been found an unfit caretaker of its home. As progress crept forward, man gave little consideration for the future. As time went on, the sea grew dirtied, the land poisoned, and the sky a toxic haze. In its death throes, nature unleashed disasters which ravaged civilization, reclaiming the dying world. Humanity, in their final hours, devised a seed of hope to save their planet and themselves. The Yggdrasil Project, a ploy that would save the Earth through titanic trees to siphon the pollution from the environment into them. The result being the planet becoming hospitable to life again. This process would take hundreds of years. So, humanity bided its time, hiding underground, or wandering the polluted wasteland for generations. 1,000 years later, with the Earth revitalized, people began to re-emerge and form society anew. With all but scraps of technology from before the apocalypse, humanity relapsed to a humbler state. Now, they live contented lives, pushing each other onwards in the shadows of the Yggdrasil trees. All right, so let us move on. How was that, you guys?
It was Kino.
Thank you.
Big fan.
That felt really, really good.
That was good.
All right. Are you? Thank you. Well, don't clap like that was the big finale. You still got a couple more monologues to get through. This one's a little more lighthearted, so Well, the last one ended on a happy note, but this one's definitely a bit more upbeat. And yeah, I have changed the scene. So, oh crap. Wait, talk again.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah. You're all good. Sorry. there was no desktop audio because you weren't talking. I'm like, there's no desktop audio. Okay. On to the next one. So that was the huge spoilers, by the way, for Etrian Odyssey. Sorry about that, but it's kind of inevitable if you're trying to set up a world, a fantasy world. Kind of have to have your origin myth. But enough apologies. Let's move on to something a bit more zoomed in. On the eastern coast of the Plains continent, there's a peninsula protruding from the shoreline. The strange shape of this landmass has given the area names seeped in legend. Atlas's Arm, Gaia's Curl. The true name, however, is shared by locals with pride to correct the tourists and traders who visit. That name is simply the Cape. The Cape holds wonderful sights for all, be they resident or traveler, the least of which being quaint villages, bountiful forests and lakes, and dazzling beaches. Sitting at the top of the Cape is the crown jewel, the bustling city of Providence. Providence is a city-state filled with people from all walks of life, and maintained by the Guild Council, an assembly of 5 master guilds that oversee the entire Cape. Of course, the city's existence would not be possible without the presence of the Yggdrasil Tree, just offshore the Cape's head. Crafters, researchers, explorers, and exploiters. The Yggdrasil Labyrinth pulls all towards it like a gravitational force. This is the Cape of the Yggdrasil Tree, and the stage for this adventure. Okay, that's monologue 2 done.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right, it's time now. Let me full screen. Oh shit, delete that. Delete that fucking
Hey,
art. Oh my god, I saved it. Alright, full screen. What are you
No,
doing? I got
no,
Discord
no,
open, you
it's
dummy!
over.
Okay. Now it is time we zoom in even further. So we had the Earth, we had the Cape, and now we focus on a little wood, a little, road through the woods. Let me just adjust my lighting. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. You guys are all looking at my webcam stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's the game mat.
Yes.
Let me... you guys still see... let me just make sure on Discord. Yep, you can still see that. Tilt it down a bit further. But now I get to navigate tabs with my screen tilted forward.
Nice table.
Thanks. I just find this funny. This video of just like looping sound of like horses and a wagon going on a road. This lasts for 2.5 hours. I don't know why it has to be this long, but I appreciate it. Hoofs trot and wagon wheels turn on a cobblestone road. On either side, trees sway in a brisk spring breeze, the sun trickling gently through the leaves to melt the morning frost. 4 wagons make their way through the forest path. Inside the wagons, a dozen people and their belongings are traveling to start a new life. They found their calling as merchants, crafters, scholars, and doctors. They are starting a new chapter, set in the city of Providence. Our story, however, is not centered on vendors or researchers, but adventurers. And so, we shift our focus to 3 passengers of this caravan, the protagonists of our story. So, how about we have you introduce your characters, going from right to left. That
Top to bottom.
or this way to this way. And let me just ready let's go in reverse order of how you introduced yourselves earlier. So that's
Alright.
starts with you, Marco.
I forgot to ask this earlier. Is it okay if I read off what you sent me?
Is it so? Oh, I should be specific. Now would be a good time for just a description of your character visually. So no backstory stuff, and no
Okay.
serious sort of motivations and circumstances. Let's just hear about what our characters look like.
So, I figure Hell is my character. She's a 16-year-old girl. She's about 5 feet tall, with short purple hair, light blue eyes, and pale bluish skin. I figure right now she's probably like meditating in the caravan, just kind of chilling.
That's perfect. Could you give some insight as to, this caravan has been traveling for quite some time. How friendly would you say Hell has been to the other passengers? And, something to equate this to is think like it's not quite a bus, but think of like a really long bus ride. That's a terrible analogy.
I figure she's trying to act older and more mature than she actually is. So she's kind of coming off as cold, or attempting to come off as cold to some of the people, but she's really like trying to become friends with them still.
I see. Okay. Well, that's great. How about we focus next on... Wait, hang on a second. Am I stupid? I am. Wait. No? Maybe I just can't read. Are the letters upright for you, or are they like upside down?
They're upside down.
Why is it like that? Well, there you go. That fits a bit better, don't you think? It's okay. That changes literally nothing. Okay, so Flinton, how about you describe your character?
Uh, Flynn is like 5'10", white guy, mid-20s. He's blonde, but all the time he spent traveling in the sun these last few years has turned his hair kind of white.
Okay. How would you say he's treated people on this journey? You know, this sort of caravan of wagons has been traveling on its way to Providence. You know, picking up more passengers from small villages for, let's say, about 2 or 3 weeks. So a sizable amount of time, not like a lifelong journey, but you know, a decent chunk of time to be camping with these people. And so, you know, what sorts of is he keeping to himself? How is he interacting with other people on this journey?
Flynn has talked to everybody. He has talked to everybody who's joined. He's talked to everybody who's left. He's not necessarily going out of his way to talk to people. He talks to people when they join, and if they want to talk to him after that, it's cool. If not, that's cool. And if
Sure.
no one's talking to him, he hangs out with the horses.
So yeah, he's just, you know, makes small talk with everybody. Just a nice, friendly guy. Sounds great. Okay. How about we hear about our last hero?
So, I'm playing Roto, who's like named specifically because
Of reasons.
for reasons. We'll
Yes.
get into that
Sure.
later. But I'd say he's got some pretty sick blue armor and a nice purple scarf, and he's got heterochromia. He's got one red eye and a blue eye and brown hair. And do you want me to go into the next question?
Yeah, sure. How's
how
Roto been, treating his fellow passengers? Just, yeah, go into that.
He's mostly kept to himself, but when he's put in a situation where he's kind of forced to talk to his fellow passengers, he will go on long tangents and regale, uh, about certain things that have been important and influential to him in his life.
Sure.
Things that he finds really interesting. It's very easy for him to go into a lot of detail, almost sometimes to an annoying extent.
Yeah, wow.
But not out of like trying to be annoying, but that he
just
has a lot
comes
of
off
passion
that
for
way.
the things he cares. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's sometimes a little overbearing, and we all know people like that just ramble on, and it gets tough to really stop them when they get going, and you really just sometimes want to like end the conversation, but no, there's no way. They just keep on talking. All right, that was a dumb joke, but yeah, no, yeah, that sums it up pretty well. So these three have been traveling with about 8 or 9 other people, and they've been coming in pretty close to Providence. If we check up on the map real quick of this map of the Cape, traveling in from the mainland, I'd say they're about here-ish right now in their journey. So maybe even a little farther, but in the last leg, and they've traveled to on this cape and have seen the sights of the bay and of the side of the ocean. So what am I trying to say? They've gotten time to get used to the sort of the air of the Cape, I should say that the season, I mentioned it with a brisk spring breeze. The month, oh, that's the Earth. The month right now is in our current time, let's say like early to mid March. So just as spring is coming in, and I make a point about the months because I debated for some time whether I should use the Etrian Odyssey calendar with its zodiac month names, but I figured that would torment you guys so much to have the wiki page open that, we'll just call the time frame by the season. So anyway, the three of you and the other passengers are traveling down the road in this last leg of the journey. And, you're so prepared to enter into Providence and, going across these beautiful woodland roads. And all of a sudden, you spot a man in the road who is waving the wagon train down, essentially to stop. And the rider of the front of the wagon next to you, Roto, sees this and stops. I mean, there's a guy in the way, so let's put a little guy there. Definitely looking friendly. And he sort of, in a very brash manner and very rudely, kind of addresses the entire caravan, and he says, "Okay, folks, it's inspection time. Come on, no trouble." And you three, as well as the rest of the caravan, hears this. Roto, you're in towards the front, and you saw this guy and saw the caravan stop. What do you do? We're playing the feud.
Well, I guess I'm a bit taken aback because I was minding my own business, just riding along in the caravan. Didn't see this guy coming. I go tell my fellow caravan mates that there's someone blocking the road.
Are you moving to tell them, or are you shouting back to them?
I'm yelling back to them.
Okay, what do you?
Because I'm probably gonna go walk up to the guy.
Okay, what are you yelling?
There's some dude in front of us who's saying that we need to get inspected. So I guess get all your belongings ready and make sure you have everything in order. I don't know exactly what the inspection entails.
The guy kind of laughs. The kind of brutish looking guy who's I should mention, sorry, he's kind of waving a sword around, kind of like beating it in his hand and saying, "Yeah, your friend up front's got the right idea. Just bring out all your belongings and leave them by the side of the road and nobody'll get hurt."
Hey, Roto. I think we might be getting robbed.
I think we might be owned here.
When Flynn, could you make a perception check for me as you notice that you're definitely being robbed? So roll a d20 and add wisdom mod to it.
Oh, that's a 4.
Oh, alright, so you definitely know the guy in the front of the caravan is there. Roto, make the same perception check. And actually, Hell, are you hearing this in the shouting, and have you kind of,
I probably
been alerted?
Climbed out to kind of scold Roto to make fun of him a little.
Okay, well, so you get out when you hear this shouting. Make a perception check for me too, as you're kind of keyed in. So yeah, Roto and Hell make a perception check, which is d20 plus whiz, and if you have any points in perception, add those.
12.
12. What do you got, Roto?
9.
9. Okay, so as Hell you get out of the wagon, you're kind of looking around, and you do spot that hidden behind one of the trees just off the road, there does appear to be a mean-looking dude with a crossbow in hands. He's kind of hiding behind a tree, but not very well. So you're able to kind of pinpoint his location, and it's not clear if he knows that you've noticed him. Roto, you get the distinct impression that there's definitely more than just this one guy, but you're not sure where. So, Roto, have you moved at all from your starting position, either to go towards the guy or go towards this bandit?
After Hell has pointed out to me that I've been being kind of dumb and overly trustworthy.
Yeah.
Trusting of this fellow who's just decided to say that he's inspecting us.
Yeah.
I've kind of backed away from going up to them.
Oh, okay.
And I guess I'd be preparing more so for a fight, because I believe that would probably be the next thing that happens.
So just to make things clear, you're preparing for a fight, you the melee fighter, by backing up.
Well, I'm standing my ground.
Okay, all right, sure.
Because
Your ground is just further
because
away.
as you said, I believe that there's more people.
Right. Okay.
And
yeah. So you're just
I
staying.
want
You're
to
just sticking where you are.
The most advantageous position that I can, and in case that if I were to go up to this man,
yeah,
and he were to take me out, then it'd be easy for them to get my stuff, and also to go attack the other people in the caravan.
Right. Okay. So I guess with the three of you clued in that you're about to get ambushed by some thugs, let's roll initiative. So that's pretty simple. I guess I should have prefaced this whole thing with that this is a 5th edition mod with no Vancian spells, so no preparing, and really just a lot of the fat cut out, but everything else, like all the skill checks and mods and stats, are all the same. So to roll initiative, roll d20 and add or subtract your agility modifier. And so I have to roll for 4 people. So let me get a notebook page that doesn't have story written on it and write down these rolls. And just before you tell me, let me let me mark down the rolls I make, just so I have them down. Let me write.
I would also probably call out that he has friends in the trees.
Yeah, well, you don't know where they are, but the effort is appreciated.
Well,
by
I see that one, don't I?
Yeah, you see. Yeah. You see this orange guy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely call out his position at least.
Okay. So you three. Well, if you call it out loud, then he knows that he's spotted. I'm gonna, you could either.
Actually, no. Yeah.
You're gonna. You've spotted him, but you're not gonna tell anyone else that you spotted him. Okay. Sword front. I really should have written this out ahead of time.
When should we tell you our rolls?
And just a sec. Sorry. Maybe I should have
No
rolled
worries.
these ahead of time, but actually it was determined by whether you spotted them to give advantage or disadvantage. So I shouldn't have. Tree. I'm just gonna say. Didn't know that. Okay, let's roll some dice, people. Okay,
Roll.
that's a 10, and he's spotted, so there's no separates there. Roll again, disadvantage. Okay, that's 14. Oh, sick. That's good for you guys.
I like the sound of that.
Well, it was actually good. Oh, well, that's not good.
Wait. So
Oh wait, no,
so,
he was found. So, whew, good thing that guy had disadvantage. It's still not great.
So are you re-rolling? For
No,
all
I
of
got
us?
him. Okay.
Or
So tell me your initiative rolls.
18.
Okay.
15.
Ooh, nice.
4.
Okay. How? We'll say 4. Okay, so first up in the order is Roto. So you have one bandit in front of you with a sword. And oh, I should mention, so this is important for Roto because you guys haven't said what class you are. That's not backstory. We'll go by turn. So Roto, what class are you playing?
Lanchnet.
Right. And I'll do like a quick tutorial for people who are watching, but just know that the gimmick for Lanchnet is that they learn abilities in pairs, one for swords and one for axes. So I will ask Roto, what weapon do you draw when facing these bandits? Do you draw your sword or do you draw your axe?
My sword.
Okay. What will you do? Enter command.
I'm gonna hit him with my Falcon Edge.
Okay, read what Falcon Edge does for people who do not know. And actually, before you do that, I'm going to explain the core mechanic of this game, combat-wise, is ability dice, or magic dice, or commonly known as class dice. How they work is, to use abilities, you invest a number of dice up to your current total into the ability or spell. You roll those dice, and if any come up 5 or 6, they are expended, meaning that that number of dice is subtracted from your total until a long rest. So there's no preparing, but when all your dice come up 5 or 6, they're gone. So you're going to use Falcon Edge. Roll your ability die because you only got one.
All right. It's a D6, right?
Yes.
Plus 0.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
there's no plus. Just when you
Yeah.
roll the ability die, tell me what it comes up as.
1.
Okay. So
Strong.
read the description of Falcon Edge.
At the beginning of the initiative order, unless the party was surprised, you can move to the top of the order to make an extremely fast slash with your sword. Roll ability dice to make a bonus movement equal to the sum times 3, and attack target with the dice bonus to hit.
Okay, wait,
fast
this is actually not
attack
bad.
is your-
I thought you were screwed, but since you were actually first in the initiative anyway, I'm gonna allow you're allowed to move and then use Falcon Edge. The whole perk with Falcon Edge is that you use it and then you do a short burst of movement that's like some, and then, but since so you can move in range with that one and then use Falcon Edge, so you're not actually screwed. Otherwise, if you weren't going first and you wanted to like interrupt and say I want to use Falcon Edge and you rolled that one, you would have been able to move this far. So, but you're okay. So you want to move over to the bandit and use Falcon Edge.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So I'm sorry for interrupting that. I just, you're clear.
right.
That one's actually good. So then read the rest of it.
This fast attack is your action for the round. You do not take an additional action. The initiative order proceeds as normal, and the Lancet's place in the order returns unless they use Falcon Edge repeatedly.
Okay. So you make a melee attack and add 2 for strength, 2 for your proficiency in swords, and then 1 for the ability die that you rolled. So you're adding 5.
So it ends up being 6.
Did you roll a 1?
Oh, do I need to make another roll?
Yeah, you rolled a d20 because you're making a attack roll. That's good. No, you're not trying to beat AC with a 6. Don't worry.
So d20 plus 5.
Did you roll a 20?
No,
I rolled 18.
You rolled an 18. So that's a hit, baby. So now you roll damage, which with your sword is d6 plus your strength mod, which is 2.
6.
Is that 6 plus 2 or
4 plus 2.
4 plus 2. Okay. So let me mark down. So from your ground, you summon up all your bravery and rush in, and then use Falcon Edge to essentially do a lunging, a jumping slash, but horizontally on this bandit who thought you guys were total pushovers. I mean, at first he thought that you were just gonna let him take everybody's stuff, but this definitely got him off guard, and with a huge a gash over his chest, he's just taken aback, and he's clearly pissed. And
I'm a cunning strategist.
That was huge moves.
All part of your plan.
So yeah,
I'm playing 4D chess over here.
That bandit is looking pretty beat up. I mean, he got a huge cut across the chest. Next in the order is Flynn. So, what will you do over there? And just as a reminder, you don't know that this guy is here because Hell did not say.
What class is Flynn first?
Flynn. What class are you playing?
Flynn is a troubadour.
Great. So that is your classic bard with, classic bardic inspiration you've got. And the gimmick with troubadours is that all of their spells, all their songs, will gain new effects depending on the number of ability die invested in them. This is called movements that I came up with yesterday. It's super anime bullshit, but I love it. But sadly, level 1 Flynn only has 2 ability die, so he can't go past for first movement. So, Flynn, what will you do?
How far away am I from Roto and the bandit in the front?
You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tiles away, so that would be 36 feet or 12 meters. And your movement is 10. So you could move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to here. Or less, if you so choose.
I will move to the back of this carriage, the one I'm standing behind.
Okay.
Or beside.
Just to be clear, you don't know that this guy's here.
No, but I do know that we're getting robbed now, so I expect he's not just some dude in the road robbing us by himself.
Yes, okay, so you've taken a bunkering position here-ish, or here?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ready an attack?
Of course. What would you like to ready?
I will ready my Traveler's Dagger
to
stab any bandits.
Great. So you stay poised and ready to defend the people in this wagon and their luggage. So that's quite noble of you. Okay, next in the order is a bandit who was hiding in the trees very close to you, Flynn. Right here, and he is not going to take any chance. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, he is going to rush you from the bushes and make an attack against you. But since you readied an attack, I'm going to say that you counter after his attack, assuming you aren't dead, which, well, I don't think statistically will happen. So, let me roll a d20 to make a weapon attack. That is a 15. Does that beat at your AC?
It does.
Okay, so now I'm going to roll damage. So that is 2 points of damage, not too bad. He brandishes a knife and really quickly cuts you across the chest, I'll say. But, but 'tis a flesh wound. You're still fighting, and since you readied an action, you were prepared for any bandits who were about to run out. I'm gonna say you can make a weapon attack against this bandit who just rushed you. So roll a d20 and add agility mod because you're attacking with a knife, which is finesse.
15.
15. Hey, that beats AC too. So roll damage, which is 1d4 plus 1.
That is 4.
4 plus 1. Okay.
No, 3 plus 1. Sorry.
3 plus 1, 4. Okay. So yeah, you get him way better than he got you, and he is, bleeding out a bit. You didn't get any good organs. You didn't, get any of the good ones. Maybe like his liver or something. But he's not looking too hot as well. So next in the order is another bandit who was hiding in the tree here. So he is going to peek out and shoot you, Roto. So let me roll.
Ow.
Well, you don't know if it hit yet, so don't say ow yet. This isn't systems where it's like, oh yeah, you attacked your own. That is a 11. Does that beat your AC?
Where's this window? Oh my goodness.
Hey, aren't you glad that you renamed your window Roto? So you could
Yeah,
ID
no,
it?
no. It was Discord was covering it.
Okay.
13. So I'm not out.
All right. So yeah, the arrow barely misses you, pretty much whizzing by, and the bandit curses. It's like, shit! I was freaking hidden, and I still missed. I'm worthless. But now you know
I
where
laugh.
he
I
is.
call him a freaking idiot.
Oh well, that makes him feel bad. It doesn't do any damage, but it hurts his feelings, which
Does
some would
psychic
say is
damage.
worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Nothing hurts more than the power of ownage.
the bandit behind the tree. Kind of sulks and begins to reload. And up next is the guy who you hit. The bandit in the front. He's like, ugh. You cut him. He's like, ugh. Don't worry, bro. I'll get him. And then he attacks you with his sword. That is a 10. So, no, that does not hit. So, yeah, he tries...
Here's your miss, bro.
Yeah, no, this dude who's you cut up real good, he tries to swing at you, but you definitely just like sidestep it. Like in Tekken, how like those crazy sidesteps into like full combos. It's like that,
Oh, yeah.
but you didn't combo. He's like, God damn it! I missed him. I'm sorry, bro. And he's yelling back to the one behind the tree. It's like, it's okay, bro. You'll get him next time. Next in the order is Hell.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, you can't. That's your
Alright.
one time you can make that joke, and you blew it in
That
the
was
first
epic.
session.
I chuckled in my head there.
All right, you gotta come up with new ones. So,
Is that the one that's quote unquote hidden? Is that behind like cover?
yes, this one's behind cover, but you can position yourself to get a clearer shot. I'd say like if you were to move here, that's a clean diagonal. So,
Yeah.
or
I'm
like
there.
here, that's a clear diagonal. I've played chess. So where you want to move?
I'll move closer to Flynn.
Okay.
So that diagonal over
That
there,
diagonal.
so I can see him. And then I want to.
Oh, you want how
chain
about
snare a nerd?
how about there? Okay, read what chain snare does and tell me how many dice you are investing.
Oh, I'm a hexer, by the way.
Yeah, that's good. So now we all know everybody's class. I mean, we showed the art, so I showed the art on stream, so people kind of saw that. But I guess if they don't know Etrian, but anyway, so you are going to use chain snare, one of your spells. Tell us what that does.
Alright, chain snare. Make a ranged spell attack on a creature within 30. Is that feet?
Yeah, that's feet.
And-
10
Okay,
squares.
30 feet. In a straight line with dice bonus to hit. On a successful attack, deal some plus int mod damage. Target takes an agility save, DC plus dice. On a failed save, they roll a
great.
d6 to be randomly arm, leg, or head bound.
All right,
Cast save negates the bind.
great. So let us roll a d20, and I'm not sure if I include it. So because it's a magic attack, you're gonna add your spellcasting mod, which is int, and how many dice are you investing in this spell?
I want to show off, so I'm gonna do both dice.
All right,
This
so
is
then
pray.
you're adding a total of 4 to this roll.
So wait, I add 4 to this spell attack roll too.
No,
top of
you're
my
only
head.
adding 2 because that's your int mod. Just roll a d20. Let's see if it hits. First things first.
15 plus 2 is 17.
Oh yeah, you get him real good. You hit him with those chains, and now he is going to make an agility saving throw. So its saving throws are the same as 5e, but augmented with the spell die system. So, what did the dice come up as when you rolled them?
Oh, the d6.
Yeah, the 2 d6s.
Fuck, I do. Alright, the first one was a 6,
Okay.
and the second one was a 3.
All right, so only one die is expended, but that will be a lot of damage.
Popping off.
Wait. So that's 9 plus 2. Okay. It's actually not. And then we gotta do the save. So the difficulty class of the save is 8 plus 2 plus 2, 12, and it's agility, which you've got plus 0. 15. Okay, so he beat the save on the bind, but
Unlucky.
he got so he's hidden behind this tree, okay? And he's kind of trying to peek out, waiting for his turn, and
I'm trying to think of something clever to say, but it's not coming to me.
and
I'm just
he's
gonna
like,
call him a
okay.
nerd as I fucking...
He's like, all right, okay, it's my turn. And he peeks out, and all of a sudden, whipping chains, spinning around, just totally deck him in the face. And they don't tie him up, but very fast chains were just whipped around, and they didn't, and essentially knocked him flat. He's really dazed, and that did 9 plus 2 plus 2. Wait, no, it doesn't add. Does it add dice to damage?
Deals some plus in mod damage.
Okay. Some
So
plus
just
in
9
mod,
plus 2.
not some plus dice. So that would be
Yeah.
9 plus 2, 11.
11.
Yeah, so he is really fucked up by these
I'm
chains.
just
So
gonna
let me
tell him to
just.
work on his fucking hiding. Thinks he's clever over there.
So yeah, let me mark down that he's like on his last legs. No, okay, I should preface, you aren't going to kill these. Well, you can execute these guys if you want, but pretty much all humans when they reach 0 HP are just knocked out. But he's like on the cusp of passing out. Sorry, murder folks. This isn't the game for you. Okay. And then
Murder bros, we got too cocky.
hell, and now it's did I screw up? You hit sorry, I'm gonna have to go back. You hit that guy. Then Flynn. Then knife. Then this guy. Then hell. Okay, now it's his turn. This bandit's turn, and what he is going to do is like very shakily like wobble out from this tree, and like this guy is like stumbling. He could barely aim straight, so he's gonna he points at hell and is like, you, I'm gonna hit you,
Oh,
and it'll really
Don't
hurt.
exert yourself.
And that's his
Just lay down.
and so his turn is buffing himself with self buff called Cult Shot, where essentially the next time he attacks, he'll have advantage. So he is really fucked up. Okay, top of the order, Roto. You've got the sword bandit in front of you, who you hit real good, and then you've got this bandit here in the tree who has not been hit. So, what do you want to do? And you still have your ability die. So you can use Falcon's Edge again, but you don't need to.
So my other option would be to use Charge Crash, but I don't feel like.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't.
Swapping you could use that if you had an axe equipped, but changing equipment takes an action. So you can't do that this turn.
Yeah, also charging would probably not be the most advantageous thing to do right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So what do you want to do?
I guess I just do the probably the most damage I would do right now would just be from a regular sword attack.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna just attack this guy.
So it's yes.
Cool.
So it's going to be +2 attack on my attack mod.
Yeah, so it's +2 from strength and then +2 from your sword proficiency. So d20 + 4.
Second.
I hear you clicking.
I rolled 16 + 4.
Oh,
so
yeah.
20.
So it's a dirty crit, which doesn't do anything, but you can pog. Is what that means. But you hit him.
Poggers.
Real hard.
Oh, yeah. Fucking nat 20, boys. Aside from... Yeah, I mean, you hit him real good, so roll damage, which is d6 + 2.
4.
4 + 2 or 2 + 2?
2 + 2.
2 + 2. All right, you get this guy right in the chest. Essentially, with the first slash, you cut diagonal this way, and then you go again for the other. So now this dude's bleeding a huge X on his chest, and he is, bloodied and looks ready to drop. And
Easy money.
so next turn is Flynn. What will you do? You're staring down a knife guy, but now that this crossbow guy has come out of the trees, you know that he's here.
Are we doing opportunity attacks?
Are you a rogue? Wait, no. Describe what that is to the audience. Haha.
Opportunity attack is when someone moves like in or moves away from you. You usually get an attack.
No, we're not gonna do disengage attacks and stuff. So don't worry about it. If you want to move away from this guy, I won't make him attack you. Well, he won't attack you.
I actually want to move to the other side of him.
You want to loop around him?
Yes, but maybe not yet because I need to read a thing.
Okay. I don't want a back seat, so I won't.
Ben, one of my songs doesn't have a range on it.
Which one? Healing?
No, dispelling.
Let's say it's sound based, so let's say within 60 that you can see. Sorry. I wrote all of this. I wrote all of the the class docs, folks. So if there's a grammar or gameplay mistakes there that need erratas, we'll make them in the game because this is a beta test. But yeah, no, let's say as the same with all the other sound-based spells you have. It's within 60.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of flip my knife in between my fingers and pull out my beautiful flute.
All right.
I'm going to play the Dispelling Dirge first movement on the guy who buffed himself.
Okay, so I don't know how much of a music buff, so I won't ask you to describe the song, but you play a very eerie melody. Wait, do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll move first. I just wasn't sure what the range was, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's in 60, 20 spaces, so you move there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you know...
Oh man, this is my jam.
What, the Dispelling Dirge? I haven't described it yet.
Banger alert.
So it's
You said it was eerie.
Yeah, it's like an eerie melody that is, I said not guard. Spoilers, no, they're not. They're bandits. This bandit who had called out to hell that he was gonna hit her and hit her good, starts to hear this music, and all of a sudden, his concentration is broken by this beautiful yet somewhat gloomy flute song, and the effect of called shot is disrupted, and so now he no longer has advantage on the next attack. Next in the order is the bandit who you just circled around, and what he is going to do is rush over. He sees that his friend here has been totally fucked up. So he's like, "Bro, no! Don't worry, I'll come and help you." So he's gonna run up. Wait, 1, 2. I think that's enough spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he makes it over, and he's like, "Don't worry, bro. I stole this the other day, and I was saving it for a special occasion. And this is it." And he pulls out a medica, and he is going to apply it onto his friend, who is seriously fucked up right now, and heal him for 1d4 plus 2 points of health. Okay, so he heals him for 4 points of damage, and he is still looking really fucked up, but he turns over to his friend with the knife. He's like, "Bro, Thank you. I was a goner for sure. And the knife bandit's like, don't worry, dude. We'll get through this together. And that's his turn. Next is the sword bandit in the front here, who tried to attack Roto, who is seriously looking fucked up. And yeah, he's got nothing better to do than just take another swing at Roto. So let us see how that goes. Ooh, that is a 17. So
Oh, I'm getting on.
that hits. Alright, that is going to be 1d6 of slashing damage. Hey, it's just 1! So you take 1 damage. It's like a minor cut.
Oof, ouch, owie, ow.
You're pretty covered in armor, so I don't know where you're getting cut. You're getting anime cut, you know. It's all sort of anime. But yeah, and the bandit with the crossbow is like, "You got him, bro. Nice job." And this bandit who just attacked, he's like, "Shut up. We're getting our ass kicked." And with that, the next in the order is I guess it's not Hell, 'cause she'll be after this guy who is going to essentially run parallel to Roto. He's like, "Yeah, you think you're so cool dodging and barely taking any damage? I'm gonna freaking get you, dude." And he calls shot on Roto. So in his next attack, he'll have advantage. Okay, next is Hell.
All right. I think I'm just gonna chain snare the same guy again
The crossbow bandit.
for the ultimate BM. Yeah.
All right. So you've only got 1 die left, so make it count. Oh, you got to roll a d20 to see if it hits first. Sorry.
The d20 was a 13, so 15.
Yep, that hits. Now roll damage.
A 6.
Oh, he is.
Oh, damage. Yeah, 6.
Oh, no, you've slapped him with a chain again, and we'll say for flavor's sake that this time he gets wrapped up, but he just falls to the ground, totally KO'd.
So I'm out of spell dice.
Okay. Is he next?
Can I move after casting?
Yeah, you can run away. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna take cover behind the wagon.
Like around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say we'll say like you since you're a little girl, you like slide under, and it's really cool. And
I'm a little exhausted right now.
I won't make you roll because it's cool. But yeah, you slide under and hide behind the wheel or whatever. All right. Hey, check it out. You've evened the odds. It's 3 versus 3, and they're way more beat up than you. I should write 0. Huh. Except this guy hasn't gotten hit, which is Hal went crossbow. I think I mixed up the order of. I think I'm mixing up the initiative order, but I have you guys down. So Hal
has he even done anything?
Hal has just went, and actually, shit. This guy just called
archer.
This guy called shot. He fired at you and missed, and then.
Oh right, yeah.
So I guess next is Roto?
Me?
Yeah. Roto's up.
So
you got this guy who's like nearly dead.
Okay. I guess I just go for another sword attack.
All right.
So roll d20 plus 4 again.
Yep.
Oh, 5.
No, that is a miss. So he kind of like shambles out of the way. This guy is like with his X-shaped cross cut on his chest, but somehow in a sort of drunken fist state of you know close to falling down. You try and swing at him, and he unpredictably sways out of the way.
Either that, or I just forgot how to use a sword.
Yeah, either or. Okay, next is Flynn. You got this knife dude lamenting the loss of his crossbow comrade, and you've got these two fighting up here.
Since I already have my flute out, I'm gonna spend both of my spell dice to play Sonic Chord first movement.
Okay, on where? This guy here?
Yeah, that guy there.
Cool. Tell us what Sonic Chord does.
So each creature within a 10-foot sphere within a 60-foot range makes a vitality saving throw equal to DC 10 plus dice. On a failed save, the creature takes dice plus some non-elemental damage, and they take half damage on a successful save. Creatures made of inorganic material, such as stone, crystal, or metal, have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Yeah, so it's Shatter, but cooler, because it's like, well, I'll describe it. If it works. So, yeah, roll both dice, and actually, I made a typo there, because the way that DC works, difficulty class is it's 8 plus your spellcasting mod plus dice, but that still comes out to 10 for you. So, but just if you pump up your charisma eventually, I'll send you an update. But yeah, no, it's 10 plus 2. So it's okay. I'm trying to beat a 12, and this dude has a -1 in vitality. So come on. Oh, he rolled a 9. So how much damage does this do? What did your dice come up as?
I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Oh wow! So you saved both, but he takes 5 damage, and so you've got your flute out, and you are kind of breathing a bit. For reasons we'll get into, this spell comes with some bad memories, but like a trained musician before a performance, you take a breath and then you play a note which emits a sort of sonic frequency to hurt a lot and not make stuff blow up like Shatter, but essentially kind of like shattering glass, but think that, but like inside somebody's head. So you play this note in this centralized area around this bandit. You see him just like get dizzy for a sec, and then like clutches ears and just like scream as like this note is played, and his head doesn't explode or anything, but maybe his ears start bleeding a bit, and then he falls to the ground knocked out.
Damn.
All right, so
Easy.
you've got just these two up here, and the turn has come for this crossbow bandit who has called his shot on Roto. So he gets to roll with advantage. That is a 4, so that's not beating it.
Nope.
That is a 9, so that's not beating it. All right. So even after calling his shot and being like, I'm going to freaking hit you, he readies it, and then he glances over to his friend, the bandit leader, who is on his last legs, and he's like, no. And then he changes his aim, and it fires past you. And let's say it doesn't hit the horses, because that would be cruel. So yeah, he stands there in disbelief as this arrow misses, and next in the order is Hell. Or is it the sword?
Well,
No, let's say it's Hell. Yeah, because you got
I
it.
think both the bandits in front go before me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. I'll be better about this. Okay. Sword
No,
Bandit
you're fine.
is gonna make another attack on Roto. Desperation. That is a 12. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay. It is real close. I think he just like
Very close. It's one off.
yeah, thank you for that, man. Well, he like glances your armor, kind of like your shoulder pad. He hits that, but not with enough force to like cut anything through it. So just like backs off, and then he's gonna like start to back off a bit because I think he, is not hearing the screams of the passengers from his friends having, gone in there. So he's like, oh shit. So he started to back off a bit. All right. Now we're at the top of the order. Roto. You got
All right.
guys.
Since he's backed off, I should probably go for a Falcon Edge.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, roll that freaking 6, dude. Or you could just move and do it. The movement doesn't matter, but you still have to roll it.
Okay. Then it'd probably be better to just attack again.
Okay.
So move it. I'm gonna move up to this guy.
Sort of.
Since he's kind of gimped right now.
Yeah.
He can't outpace me. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Don't you have a -1 in agility?
That doesn't matter right now.
You're right, it
so
doesn't.
I'm gonna roll my d20 plus 4.
Yep.
Or d20 plus 2, right? Yeah.
Plus 4 because it's 2 strength and then 2 proficiency in swords.
Oh yeah. A roll of 13.
13 plus 4, 17. You hit him.
Or no, it's 9 plus 4.
9 plus 4, 13.
Yeah.
That ties AC, so yeah, you hit him. So roll damage.
Right, cool.
Actually, you don't have to. I mean, regardless of the roll, he's down. So, but you can roll to feel good
4
about
plus
it.
2.
Oh yeah. So with his X-shaped cross, you then land one vertically down his center, and he falls to the ground, and he is owned. Okay.
We got him.
Flynn, you're up. There's just this one crossbow guy.
I will travel to the side of the road that he's on and then up towards him.
Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And I will once again play the sonic chord in the first movement by spending
all right.
dice.
Show us those magic die rolls. Well, you don't have to show us because I'm the one with the webcam, but
4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. Wow, again, none are expended. And okay, so he's going to try and beat 12. And this guy's also not the healthiest, so he also has -1 vitality. That is 12 minus 1, 11. So he also takes full damage from the sonic chord, which is 7?
Dice plus some, so 9.
9, okay. He also, reacts samely to this this wave of sound that is both discordant and beautiful, but mostly painful. And he, clutches his ears and yells, and it seems like it hurts a lot, but he's still standing. Okay, and it's his turn, and he is going to look over to his friend who has fallen. He's going to look through the woods and kind of see his other 2 friends lying in the corner. And he's going to say, oh, screw this. So he starts to run away. And all of a sudden, you hear the trotting of hooves. And it's not coming from the wagons. And all of a sudden, a man... Wait, I got to get out my monologue. Hey, you guys beat the combat encounter. I'm not gonna have you. Yeah, so let me get out.
combat encounter of my life.
I was really scared that you guys were just gonna get hit and die instantly. Well, not die, but have to get story encounter 1. Nope, that's the next scene. Do you have a stopping point in mind in terms of a time limit on how late we can go?
I
I got all night.
all night.
Awesome.
I don't have work tomorrow.
Miri?
I do not have all night, but I've got a while.
Okay. Well, there's still a bit to go. Just as the bandit is running away, he turns back and says, "This ain't over, you hear? It ain't." And then out from the brush, a man in glistening gold armor emerges atop a large white stallion. The thug has nary a second to look before he is slapped by the flat side of a partisan, sending him spinning off the ground. The man on the horse laughs triumphantly. "Ah ha ha! That is how you make a hero's entrance!" He gets off his horse and he's followed by about 4 other soldier-looking types on horses, who come behind him and immediately go over to the passengers and the unconscious bodies of the bandits you defeated. And as this happens, he addresses you 3. And he says, "Well fought, travelers! You bought just enough time for the cavalry to arrive! Aha!" How do you...
Are you here to inspect us too?
Is that what they told you? No, friends. My name is Abel Solheim. I serve the Silver Gauntlet as Chief of Outpost Dispatch. You're lucky my squad and I were nearby running drills. Team, apprehend these lowlifes and see to our wounded heroes. And, as well as, the passengers of the caravan who are all pretty much cowering inside the wagons. And so these soldiers, they go around to you guys, and which of you guys got beat up a bit?
I took 1 damage.
All right, so
I took 2.
they head over to Roto and Flynn on horseback, and they're like, "Here you go. Man, from what we saw coming down the road, that was incredible." And they hand you a Medica, and since Medicas heal 1d4 plus 2, you guys are healed up to full. You don't recover ability die, though, but you're feeling healthy.
Tough and no Amaritas.
This man on the horseback, this hoplite, I should mention. I think I have a picture of him to throw up. Ooh, I don't know if you guys will see it unless you're watching the stream. Oh, it's not. It's not transparent, but this is the sort of guy. I'll send it to the Discord. Oh wait, that is the Discord. That's the Discord.
I assume that's
Dang,
the
he's
hoplite you were
heroic.
gonna go for.
The hoplite I was gonna go for. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean go for?
I thought you were gonna go for that sprite,
Oh,
and I was correct.
you got it. So yeah, that is Abel Solheim coming on a horse, and he addresses you 3. He says, "Thank you so much for your help in capturing these ne'er-do-wells. These 4 have been ambushing travelers coming to Providence for some time now, and they've always eluded capture. It's only thanks to your 3 efforts that we're able to bring them into justice."
We did it, team.
So, is there any reward? It sounds like
Oh.
you
He sort of laughs and said, "Yes, there might be something for you once you arrive in the city. My men will meet you at the gates. I'll go on ahead with 2 of my soldiers to take these 4 into custody. I'll leave 2 of my men to escort your party and the rest of the caravan safely to Providence. May we meet again. Come, Seafoam, we ride! And he's laughing until he's out of earshot, and the two like soldiers, watchmen that he leaves with you just like exchange glances, and it's a total like just another day at the office look. They're used to dealing with this guy, even though he's their superior. His antics can clearly be a bit much, and so the soldiers he left help to calm the passengers and make sure that all their belongings are safe, and everything seems to be fine. There's a bit of blood spilled on the ground of the forest, which is a little unnerving, but knowing that you definitely caught the bad guys is a good feeling. So, I mean, unless you guys want to turn and run the other way, it sounds like you're headed to Providence.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm going.
we're going.
Oh,
Right,
thank God.
team?
Are you a team yet? It seems like you're just people on the same bus.
My character, Roto, he's like, all right, gang, good
He's-
fighting.
he's
I think we should do this more often.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe next time on our own terms, rather than almost getting robbed and kind of ruining our entire trip. But I'd be open to a partnership in the future. I think we make
I have
a
to
good
say,
team.
the strategy of almost handing over your weapons to the bandit was quite big brain.
Thank you.
You really faked him out.
What can I say? Again, I have a master's degree in strategizing when it comes to getting robbed.
Have you read the ancient tome named Art of War?
I did.
Oh.
The two soldiers are like are looking at you three and this banter, and they're like, all right, I mean, are we gonna get going? I mean, I don't live here in these woods, So
Well, I guess we should get going.
So, yeah, the three, okay, I have to prepare this, and I'm gonna mute you guys, so yell at me if I don't remember to unmute you. Change scene to the map. I'm never gonna use this Earth scene again, so sorry, Earth, I'm removing you from OBS. Let me make sure I've got it, because this audio cue is actually really good. Oh, I muted you guys. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right. I'm actually going to do this. The two soldiers make small talk regarding your journey. And suddenly, like the parting of a curtain, the trees begin to thin as you reach the end of the cape, and you enter, for the first time, the oceanside city of Providence. You pass through the city's gates, and the sight is like nothing you've ever dreamed of. Rows of buildings, painted in dazzling hues, seem to stretch on endlessly. Between them, winding alleyways where doors to businesses of every kind open to afternoon shoppers. Children play games in the street as parents purchase groceries for the week, and florists sell bouquets of flowers grown through the winter. At a street corner, musicians play and dancers perform for crowds of onlookers. Everywhere you look, there are feelings of joy and life and safety. It dawns on you three at this moment that this is what a city is, and what its people look like. As the town slopes downward towards the shore, you see the sparkling bay of the Cape in all its entirety. The view of the water draws you out to open sea, and that's when you see it. The Yggdrasil Tree. It takes your brains a moment to process that this is not a normal tree that is close by, but an impossibly large tree that is far away. As your minds begin to comprehend the tree's enormous scale, you hear the chuckling of a passerby, keying you in to how routine the abnormal view is for the citizens of Providence. Let me unmute you guys so you can congratulate me. Alright, you're unmuted.
GG's.
Brilliant speech.
Thank you. You guys didn't hear the music, which was from Kiki's delivery service, which is definitely the vibe of this city. I have a
Weeb.
Oh, that's normally weeb. Are you kidding me? Miyazaki stuff is like you watch that in film class. So anyway, I have an image of Etria up. I think if I had a bit more time to prepare, I would put up the town from Kiki's delivery service, just because
I'm getting flashbacks.
Like
bad memories of speedrunning.
Yeah, okay. Sorry for bringing those up. Just know that this isn't Etria. This is my own original city, Betria. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
original content. Please do not steal.
As you pass through the city's gates, I know I talked about that in the fancy speech. A guard, a city watch member, approaches your party, and around you are unloading off the caravan the various other people who are traveling. Some met by family members, some headed off to whatever inn they're planning to stay at. And this guard approaches you, and I'm going to switch to Discord. Just go talk. He very seriously salutes, and I gotta pull up the doc I had. He very seriously salutes, and he says, "The Commandant has heard The Commandant has heard news of your arrival from Captain Abel, and he wishes to see you. He's presently in the guild hall, so please make your way there at once." And a colleague, a man in similar attire, comes by and kind of like jabs him in the side for being way too prim and proper, and with a more casual inflection, he says, "The Commandant doesn't greet every traveler who comes into town. You guys must have done something either really good or really bad."
Well, team, we're either getting locked up, or more likely we're probably going to make some money, which is good. I like money.
We're kind of a big deal.
Kind of.
Big fan.
So I guess you're wondering how to get to the guild hall then.
Yeah.
Okay, here, and he pulls out a map of Providence, and this is when you guys pull out the map that I so carefully drawn. It's pinned on Discord, and it's up on stream. I can't point to it. There's no pointer feature no. But so anyway, are you guys looking at the map right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so you entered on the right from the city gates, and oh, by the way, towards the Yggdrasil Tree is northwest. So let's go back to if you look at the Cape Cod map, it's the open sea directly above it, but it is not connected to any landmass. But anyway, so he
near
shows
where the latitude and longitude are intersecting there.
Let me go back to it. Cape Cod map. A bit more north.
Okay.
And that's not. Is that longitude or just a stain? I don't know, but it's a perfect.
Both of those lines.
Yeah. No, it's on that vertical line, but think north and then slightly off of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back to the Providence map. He points to it and he says, "So you're here," and he points to the spot. If you see the Providence Monument, which is that very tall, it's a circle that is a tall tower on a hill. And he says, "Look up to the right, and you see it." And this is where, if I had a picture, I'll have it another time. But if you've ever been to Provincetown, spoilers, this is based off of Provincetown, you would know the monument. I'll show it next time, but it's And so you're here, and he points to the street next to it, this sort of central street. If you just keep going down this street, you'll hit a. I wrote this out, so keep going down this street till you hit a white building with a clock on its front. You can't miss it. That's the guild hall. So just talk to the. So just walk in and talk to the lady there. She's real nice. If you start to walk by inns, you turn around, and if you start seeing ships being made, really turn around. That tell you
I
guys
guess
where
we're
you're
walking
going?
straight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Onward and upward, bros.
So the three of you make
Kind of
your...
like dazzled by this city.
Yeah,
too.
it's really
Like,
like,
yeah.
unlike anything I've ever seen.
It
walking
like
through it.
I don't know what sort of like dingy villages you've grown up in. Your characters have grown up in, but this is like a city in every sense. Even though like the population is probably like 2,000 to 3,000, that is just like a mind-blowing amount of people to be in the same space for you guys. Well, I don't
Just,
know
like,
much.
Complete kid in a candy store, but not a candy store.
Right. Flynn, I think we'll go into your background just in terms of like familiarity with like large-scale establishments in this
It
pseudo
reminds me of
post.
home.
Yeah, I would think that the city of Providence would definitely remind you in scale of where you grew up, but not. It would kind of. It doesn't have the same sort of class divide that I think you grew up in, and that's without spoiling anything about your story, which we'll get into. The three of you make your way down the central street, taking in the sights and sounds of the seaside metropolis. You pass by a large theater, an indoor marketplace, and an assortment of cafes and restaurants. Without losing focus, thank you, you finally come across your destination, Providence's Guild Hall. Oh crap, I had a music cue here. Let me really quick play it. It would be the tallest building in Providence if not for the town monument. Large glass doors invite you inside to a grand atrium. On the floor is a beautiful sea glass mosaic and a star-shaped motif. At each point of the star lies a symbol: a gauntlet, a wave, a coin, a book, and a gate. You collect your bearings and notice a young woman smiling behind an enclosed counter. She exudes a kind of warmth and an energy that makes her seem like the physical embodiment of helpfulness. Hi there, can I help you? She smiles cheerfully and directs directly at you three, since you're just, looking around as if you're looking for the bathroom or something.
Yeah, we were told to come here
To
and talk to you specifically.
yes.
talk to me?
I-
Well, I'm flattered, but are you sure there's no one else in this building you're supposed to see?
Well, I mean, we're supposed to talk to you so that you can tell us where someone else is.
Has anyone told you about our situation? What or why we're here?
What kind of a big deal?
Let me think. Let me look through. Oh, right. Yes. A city watchman just came in to inform me that 3 travelers would be coming in to see Sir Fenris. Is that you 3? I hope.
I believe so, ma'am.
We're kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Just one second, and she turns around, and I don't know how to describe this. When like old like ships at like the turn of the century, they'd have those like all the pipes to like talk to different parts of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She opens one of those, and she says, Mr. Fenris, there are 3 guests here to see you." And you hear from the other side of the pipe kind of echoing like, "Oh, yes, send them in. Thank you. Shit. Thank you, Miss Graham. Send them in, please." And she closes the the hatch that she was dogging into, and she's like, okay, great. Yeah, you're just gonna go up those steps there, and down the hallway on the left, it's the door with the big glove on it. You can't miss it.
Glove door. All right, I gotta see this.
I'm afraid I'll miss it.
Oh, it's right at the end of the hallway. I would really
You are
be
kinda
scared if you missed it.
clueless.
I'm very dumb. I'm
I'm not gonna
I
make.
may need
Okay,
some
I'm not gonna make you
assistance.
guys roll perception or anything to go to open a door to an office.
Yeah, yes, but I'm
Don't worry,
incredibly.
I have
All right,
this.
I believe in hell.
All right.
I go down the stairs.
There's no down the stairs.
I
There's no basement.
Cluelessly follow
Oh.
hell wherever she goes.
What you're describing
Yeah,
is
I
like
go to the
walking down a
door.
wall.
Walking is hard, dude.
All right. Yeah. So you go up the stairs and down the hallway, and it's not a glove. It's more of like a gauntlet. Let me turn on Discord just because I don't think we're gonna be looking at anything for a while. You know, like a gauntlet pattern. I think I have an image of it stored somewhere.
I may have an above average intelligence stat, but my ability to like perceive locality is like far below average.
Oh, so you're saying we shouldn't be playing a game based off a series where navigation is one of the core elements? Is what I'm hearing?
I have trouble walking down hallways. Okay,
All right.
you got a problem with that?
No, I'll make every floor of the labyrinth a straight hallway. Anyway, so you
Can't wait to play Final Fantasy 13.
yeah, you get to the door and you knock, and a voice behind it says, "Come in," and you open the door. I'm railroading you into opening the door. When you step into the office,
I open the door.
Wait,
Good.
how do you open the door? Don't you not have hands?
it's like
Aren't your hands like
right.
chained up?
I'm bound.
Yeah. All right. So I have to open the door.
Can you please open the door?
I got you. I open the door for Hell and Flynn
yeah, we'll skip
because
the
I'm a true
gentleman.
Chad gentleman.
yeah. When
This
you
is where my drinking stat comes in
That's
somehow.
not how
oh,
that
my
stat
athletics
works.
stat. My athletics skill modifier. I'm putting that to good use. Open
Good. Okay. When you step into the office, you notice the walls are covered with items from various cultures from around the world. There's stuff like festival masks and like woven tapestries, and then like crazy looking idols of like esoteric religions. You would honestly mistake this room for like an oddity shop or like a curio shop, if not for the desk at the center, which is completely bare. Like there's no knickknacks on the desk, but there is a huge stack of paperwork and a man sitting behind it. The blonde-haired man gets up from his chair to greet you, and he is wearing a suit of. Do I have this picture of Flynn saved? I don't think I do. Not Flynn, the character Flynn, of Flynn from Tales of Vesperia. Hold on. Really quick, because I want to throw this up. Wayne Fenris.
Post your smile charges.
What? Who's?
Flynn.
No, not that Flynn. The other RPG Flynn. Yeah, he rises to greet you. He's wearing a suit of like sturdy but really light-looking armor. That is white with blue trim, and his face is very much that of a leader. It's a very kind expression, but also very discerning and watchful. And he stands up to greet you, and steps away from the desk. And you could almost notice. You make a perception roll. Who wants to notice a fun little gag?
I will.
All right, show me that perception check.
All right, I rolled a 4, and I don't know what to add to it, but I assume that's not
Nah.
good.
There.
Let's do
Wisdom, right?
perception.
Yeah. Well, the fact is that you miss the joke. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of papers on the
Damn.
desk. He says,
Can I do a perception roll?
"Yeah, go for it." Go for it, Roto.
What is perception again?
Wisdom. It's plus wisdom, and
Alright.
unless you have any, add any points that you have
Wisdom is -1.
It's okay. I rolled a nat 1, so you can't do worse.
in it. Okay, you you're like, oh, paper.
I rolled a 3. I rolled a 4
All right,
-1.
none of you have seen
We are
paperwork.
just absolutely clueless.
None of you have seen paperwork before, so the joke is completely lost on you. Moving on.
There's a good
Oh.
chance I've never seen paperwork.
Yeah.
That's true.
He rises to greet you, and he says, "I'm glad you've decided to meet me." And he looks at all of you. Roto, Hell, Flynn. My name is Wayne Fenris. I'm the commandant of the guild Silver Gauntlet. Really quick, roll a history check for me. And Roto, I'm gonna say you have advantage.
I got a 7.
Okay.
What stats that?
Wisdom. Wait, no. Yes.
Alright.
Wait. Yes. Wait, no, it's history.
Oh, I got a 9 then.
Wait, history is intelligence for some reason.
Oh, then I have +1.
What do you got? And
Oh no.
did you roll?
Two.
Do you have
1 + 1.
You have advantage, so
Okay, I
roll
rolled
again.
a 19.
Okay, you would have heard about.
Oh wait, D20.
Yeah, it's D20. Have you been
Oh,
rolling
yeah,
something
okay.
else for all these checks?
Oh, I've been rolling D6.
Oh my god. Well,
Oh my
whatever. You
God.
still don't know. You super don't know what paperwork is. Roll D20, add int, and any history. You rolled a 19, Flynn? Okay.
All right, so I'm assuming the 10 was a re-roll for the first one. I rolled a 19 + 1.
Okay,
for,
yeah.
The second one.
So, when you hear the name Wayne Fenris, Roto, and Flynn, you know of this man. He is, somewhat of a legend amidst, the world's very limited communications networks. News of this man, Wayne Fenris, has pretty much reached everywhere, and he is a renowned explorer and adventurer. And I'm not, without spoiling anything, you would know that he has involvement in a campaign in a Yggdrasil Tree. You know that he fought, you don't know to what end, but he was involved in a very successful campaign in, scaling a Yggdrasil Tree somewhere in the world. And then Roto, that after that, he traveled the world, kind of learning different fighting styles and learning from different cultures, and this man is highly respected amongst adventurers, and not, unless you're keyed into like the events of Providence, which I'm gonna say you guys probably aren't. The world kind of didn't know what he was up to, but here he is. So go ahead
can
and
I make a side comment
what?
to my fellow party members or future party
Oh
members?
yeah, go
about-
and like fanboy about him, please.
So I will go and relay the information I know about this guy to
Right.
both
Yeah.
Flynn and
well,
Hell.
Yeah, Flynn rolled a
and
19.
say
so I will say that Flynn,
Yeah.
because of proximity to people who are in the know, he has heard of this name. He may not have all the information about the exploits, but he has definitely heard of the name Wayne Fenris as this sort of living legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as a proud Lanchnet, as I said earlier, I'm like super into like when I'm interested in something, I'll go on tangents about it. So I
so you
fanboy over this guy for a while.
Well, I wouldn't say a while because he's standing right there.
I'm
but
gonna interrupt his fanboy
Yeah.
and be like, so it sounds like you're kind of a big deal too. I would shake your hands, but
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm in a little bind here.
hearing you Roto fanboy out, and Flynn not in agreement, and you kind of lecturing Hell about this man and his great achievements, and then your joke about shaking hands, he laughs and says, "Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I
Sir,
still
it's
have a
such
long
an
way
honor
to
to
go."
meet you, sir.
Oh, well, thank you, but I mean, I have thanks for you on this day. And he kind of, after kind of like hand on heart saluting you, he kind of tenses up and he takes a breath, and he bows in sort of in an apologetic way, and then he kind of notices that he's not in Japan, and he says, "Oh," and then he kneels on one knee, and he says,
Weeb.
and he says, as Commandant of Silver Gauntlet, keeping the roads on the Cape safe is one of my responsibilities, and in that regard, today I've failed. I'm truly sorry that your first experience was sullied by an attack that the responsibility of ultimately falls to me, and I ask for your forgiveness and that you don't think poorly of Providence from this one experience.
I
Hey.
interject. Sorry, Marco. And say that it's okay, sir. You must be terribly busy and inundated with so many different tasks at hand that these things, the petty crimes, tend to slip through the cracks. As you know, uh, adventurers, that responsibility also comes to us. However, your sentiments are heard, and thank you.
Well, I appreciate your forgiveness, though I will say that the bounty for those 4 men should ultimately go to you, and included here is the bounty for the 4 men and a little bit of monetary appreciation from the other passengers of the wagon. And he hands you a bag which contains 1,500 Ental. And you're in the money.
Hog.
Whoa.
Hog.
So I know on your character sheets you rolled different amounts. I think either the amount should be pooled or split, but just keep in your mind that right now the party has a total 1,500 Ental from doing your good deed of stopping these bandits and not killing them. Not that I gave you the option to kill them, but you didn't kill them.
I'm kind of pissed about that.
You were about not killing them?
Yeah, when
I'm s-
I was ready for some murder.
I wasn't gonna make you guys murder hobos in the literal first 15 minutes of the game.
Would be based.
So after handing this to you, and he's introduced himself as Commandant of Silver Gauntlet, and he looks to you three misfit trio, and he's looking a bit quizzical at first, and he says, "So I'm very appreciative that you've come to Providence, if only to help solve the problem of those bandits. They called themselves the Rustbladers, but obviously you didn't come to to defeat a band of bandits on the road. What are your reasons for coming to town, if you don't mind me asking, to our humble city?" Sorry, that
Is
was
there like a window in his room?
Yes, there's actually, I should have mentioned this. The back wall is a window, which, let me make sure that I've got this right. Yeah, looks out west, and from the second floor, you see directly below you a sort of park, a nice area with like a pond and some walkways and lots of trees. And then further back, if you look, you see a coliseum, like an arena, like think Roman Coliseum, and that's
the Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, that's where I put it. Laugh it up.
Stop
I'm gonna
and
s-
shop, bitch.
I'm gonna
bros.
stop you guys and chop up all your freaking earnings. And then past the Coliseum is the shore, the oceanside shore of uh the Cape, the Cape's head, Providence, because I guess I should be showing the map, which is this on the bottom, that's the bay side with all the docks and everything. But then past that, you can see at the top it says Terrace Point Beach, which is a real place. That's the ocean side. So anyway, and then from the ocean, like on is you could see the Yggdrasil tree really clearly. So that's what's in the back window of his office. So what were you gonna say
I
once
say,
yeah.
it's a little complicated, but I like nod towards the tree in the distance. I came to see that.
He says,
For
I
legend.
see. Well, I think I think it's great to travel, and I think there's no better place. There's no feeling like standing atop a Yggdrasil tree. It's indescribable, and he gestures the other two. Which one of you wants to answer on why you've come to Providence?
Oh, certainly. So obviously I've heard of this guy before.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna say
we'll
that.
we'll go into my
Well,
backstory more when we get.
Alex, I'm gonna warn you. You know of him. You didn't know he was in Providence.
Oh, okay.
This came as a total surprise that when they were mentioning the
I see.
commandant, that this ended up being this hero guy. So I just wanted to clue you in on that. Sorry to step on your toes there. Yeah.
No problem. So, I'll just go with the backstory reasoning, but I won't go into the backstory.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah. Give us like
we'll talk more about
like
that
a
later.
motive. Yeah. Give us like your motivation.
But obviously, like my motivation is, from the things that I've like, uh, idolized in the past. I want to hone my skills as a warrior and an adventurer, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to join the caravan and go to some place where I can start adventuring and work on my adventuring.
This when you're explaining this reason that you came to Providence to be an adventurer and with the backdrop of the Yggdrasil tree, you notice that this makes him like really like he smiles very widely and not toothy grin creepy, but he's like very happy to hear this reason from you. And then he turns to Flynn last. It's like, so what is your reason for coming, Flynn?
The merchants made it sound like fun, and there was a big tree that I thought would be super cool to see.
And this makes him laugh. He's like, "Oh, well, what shit, I had a really good thing to say cuz I was anticipating this answer. I think it's great that you are so open to new things, Flynn. I think that's one of the joys of life is experiencing new things. And he's heard all your reasons, and they've made him happy, but for different reasons. And then he somewhat not tenses up, but his expression becomes more serious, and he says, "I'm pleased to hear of that you're all glad to have arrived." Like burping. Excuse me. I'm pleased to hear that you're glad that you've arrived here in Providence, and it saddens me to have to burden you with bad news on your arrival and a great achievement in helping our city, but I feel that it'll give you context for what I'll ask of you. And he gets really kind of like almost a pained expression. He says, "As you may or may not know, our city here is ran not by some noble or some the family lineage, but it is run by 5 master guilds, five groups of people whose followers and ideals align with what we want to see Providence become and flourish and be a place of great life. Recently, almost as soon as the first snow melted, 2 the co-leaders, the co-presidents of the guild, Verdant Coin, ventured into the labyrinth, and they haven't come back. That was 3 weeks ago, and we held a memorial service last week. And toughest of all, and my voice cracked, but I feel like this is something that would deeply, sadden him, and the unfortunate circumstances mean that this pair, their daughter, is now forced into a position of leadership. She elected to actually take her parents' place as president of Verdant Coin, and this has deeply saddened this community, but it highlights an underlying problem that we have right now. And he turns to face the window and kind of composes himself. Do anyone want to roll insight to kind of get a kind of glimpse of how he's feeling? I mean, he's obviously fucking sad.
I will.
Yeah, go for it. You got +7 to insight, right?
Yeah, I got a 17.
All right. So the way that he's speaking about this pair, and I left out but their names are Lucas and Abigail Penn, and the way that he's speaking about them and their disappearance and presumed death makes it sound like they're his own parents. And you can tell that this isn't just business. This is deeply personal to the fact that these 2 people who you've cared about tremendously are now gone and presumed dead. So, and then he faces outwards, and he looks down at the park, actually, not the Yggdrasil Tree, and he says, "This city is supported by the master guilds. Think of them as 5 pillars, and without one of them, the city would crumble. But there needs to be a 6th pillar. We need explorers. We need adventurers to help tame the Yggdrasil Labyrinth. When I say tame, it's not of a danger of overflowing or anything of that nature, but it is... Oh shit, I've had the map up the whole time. But it is a matter of being prepared for situations like this. Our existence is in coexistence with the Yggdrasil Tree, but we can't have this relationship with just merchants and sailors and city watchmen. We need people trained to explore, because, to be frank, this tree is posing problems that we have not anticipated. I'm sure you're all familiar with how trees are categorized and described and separated into stratums. No one has been past the 2nd stratum of this Yggdrasil tree.
I'm sorry, the plural of stratum is strata.
Okay, alright. Jeez.
Strata.
Can't that's it. Game's over.
Oh,
But
no!
you've ruined it. So yeah,
Can't
and
correct
he
DM
explains
like
to
that.
you that, and he says, this seems like a selfish request because it is, but would you 3 form a guild, an explorers guild, separate from the masters guilds that exist in the city and on the Cape. But I think that you three would have. What am I trying to say here? I think that you three have the spark. That you have the potential to climb higher than anyone has climbed, and to be able to uncover the mystery, not just of Lucas and Abigail's disappearance, but of this tree as a whole. Because if I'm being frank, and I'm not an expert by any means, there are strange discrepancies between this tree and others that I've seen.
I have a question.
By all means. Is this you asking as
It
Hal, or
in character?
Okay, yeah.
In character. It sounds like you had a pretty personal connection to those two.
Yes.
Why?
They were very dear friends.
And you seem to have experience with Yggdrasil trees in the past. You haven't tried to go in yourself, or you haven't sent anyone else
We have.
yet?
There was an extensive search party we sent a day after they hadn't returned. Their last message was not one of urgency or, alarm. It was a note to their daughter saying, "Watch the house and we love you." We're not sure even.
Oh.
We're not sure even if they disappeared in the labyrinth, but it's our best shot. It's our best guess. We've searched the Cape over, and that's the only stone left unturned. And when you question whether...
clear,
yes?
did the search parties come back?
Yeah, that's one of the
Okay.
key issues that I want to highlight, which is these soldiers and gladiators and pirates, they are not trained as explorers. Their skill set is so against that which you need in an exploration of a labyrinth. They are skilled in their own way, but shipwrights and chemists and brilliant researchers of the arcane still don't make adventurers. I understand that may seem strange, but that is the situation that we are facing. So I have to ask, will you three take up the mantle and form a guild?
I mean, we're kind of a big deal.
It's true. We are a big deal. If you check the report from us owning those bandits, the only conclusion you could come from that would be that we are indeed kind of a big deal. And I'd say
I'm in.
Alone, maybe we'd be a little bit of a deal, maybe not even a big deal. But the three of us combined, we make one heck of a big deal. I'd say. So I think it would be a fantastic idea for us to come together and make an exploration guild and tackle this labyrinth. After our performance, I gotta say, there is nothing we can't surpass.
With this,
the sky's the limit.
With
this,
the tree.
All right.
It's got nothing on us.
With this rousing speech, he's, the attitude got pretty grim, talking about this dire circumstance, but he's, you've cheered him up. He laughs as he did when you're talking to him. And he says, "Well, I'm glad to hear that you're up to the task, and uh, and I ask that and I suggest this to you first because I think you're capable, but secondly, if this may seem judgmental, but the three of you seem rather aimless. And I apologize if that seems off the mark, but the reasons that you gave were great reasons to come to Providence, but I think you're searching for a reason to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. This seems like a great opportunity for both of us.
Especially you, Flynn. You traveling is wonderful, and seeing and experiencing new things is one of the primal joys in life. I sincerely believe that Providence can show you experiences you've never had.
Sounds interesting.
It,
Exploring is just wandering with walls, anyways. So
yes, and I think there's a fair amount of exploring to be done in Providence as well. And with this,
Featuring walls.
yeah, well, and with this, I think that's everything. Um, yeah, no, he is very happy to hear that, and he says, if you could please go downstairs and speak with Miss Graham. She'll help you set up your guild, and I think you'll find that the benefits of having a guild in Providence are vast, and you'll immediately notice the support that the master guilds can provide to you. So yeah, that's all he has to say.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to the cute lady. I don't know about you guys.
Okay.
Can I go use the bathroom for a second?
Yeah, this is actually a good time for the break.
This is at.
This
Yeah,
is
well,
at
quick
about
break here.
I would think this is about like a 70% done with what I've got planned for this session. So
All
just
right. Will
like
there be drinking this session?
if we can get there.
All
So
right,
go
we're
go
gonna
pee.
get there.
we're starting a guild. Of course, they'll be drinking.
Yes. All right. I'll be.
I'm 16. What do you?
This is
Who is critiquing your character to go pee?
Okay, I'll be back.
Go. Who's critiquing your character design, Marco? I want to know.
No.
Get out of here, fucker. So
Oh, no one.
oh how are you guys liking it? This is a good stop. Not a stop. We're not stopping. But how are you guys feeling about this?
I'm having fun.
That's
I feel like
good.
I've done a pretty poor job of role playing, but
I think you'll
get
you'll
there.
find your legs. I definitely recognize that I'm pulling the weight here, but I think that's important to kind of get you guys into the world, and
yeah.
this is not ye olden times, you have to remember, because spoilers, this is 1,000 years in the future. People will talk the same way. Obviously, different positions lead to different styles of speaking, but don't at all feel ashamed for just, speaking casually, as long as it's, something your character would say. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with Hell, and I
Okay.
meant to come up with a character voice, but I never got around to it.
I would
Hopefully
not
I'll
feel
work
pressured.
on one.
I don't have notes for you guys. I'm too busy making sure I go through this sequence of events and explaining things. The next part when you guys set up and I'm gonna explain all the perks is gonna be fun.
I have one question.
Go for it.
Do we get to come up with a name for the guild?
That's something Electra asked. You should have been thinking about that since a week ago. Yes. You can hold off. I mean, I could definitely play in that space of you three haven't decided on a name yet.
We'll think of it over drinks.
That would be perfect. Are you drinking as a 16-year-old?
Depends.
Sure. Okay.
We'll see how the mood goes.
Yeah. That's definitely where we're gonna end it. Is like that sort of drinking this first night in Providence. I don't know. I'm not throwing out the Pride Parade yet in Providence, but it's coming. I think okay. My rationale for not being in this first session is because it is still March, and it's March in Massachusetts, so it's still cold. So you're not partying out in short sleeves and at a Pride Parade just yet. It's not the season yet, but it will be.
Does
I
my
guess
character have short sleeves? Would I have
I think you're just in
sleeves?
robes, so I think that's just like
Yeah.
whatever sleeves would be. It was kind of a big deal. You could see me. I appreciate you guys kind of being silly about it, though. It works as a good counterpoint to my super prepared dialogue. Okay, wait, before Electro gets back. No, I don't want to spoil his backstory, but I'm really, really glad.
What the heck?
Are you here?
I'm changing into my work shirt,
Oh my god.
so I can't hear you guys. But you can spoil whatever you want, I guess.
No,
I don't know.
I'll save it. I'll save it. I think I'll talk with you about it because I'm really glad that it happened. / didn't happen.
All right, I can hear you now.
Okay. You right, guys, ready for next scene?
I am
Yeah,
pumped.
I'm ready.
Okay. So you exit out of Wayne's. Oh my fucking god. I hate this guy so much. Don't know why I let him do this.
Bro, you can't sip yet. We're not drinking.
I'm just pre-gaming, bro.
Oh my fuck. No. You were broke as of 5 minutes ago. You didn't have time to buy fantasy White Claws. Okay.
I'm actually drinking High Noons. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, kill me now. Okay. So you exit the hallway from Wayne's office, and you see in the hall a man in robes. A lot fancier robes than, let's say, Hell is wearing. I'm gonna throw up a picture and post it in the Discord. That is big. See this man. He's not floating. I guess just key visual differences is that he's not wearing the wings part of the ether tuner, which is equipment for a zodiac. Would you know if you read my lore, because the game never explains what those things are. But see this man standing.
Is that actually what those are?
No, I came up with a name for it. It
Oh,
says in some class skills like manipulates ether into air or like ether into ice. The point being that this man's standing in the hallway and he notices you, and I'm gonna take this down just because I don't need him staring at me. He notices you coming out of Wayne's office, and he walks over to you and he says, and you see his face, and contrary to Wayne's face, which is kind and that of a leader, this dude has like massive bags under his eyes, and he seems to be a bit more cold, and you could tell that he's a scholar of some kind. And he notices you. He says, I think I've heard about the three of you from Miss Graham. Let me be the first to welcome you to Providence. If I am not the first, then it's welcome to Providence.
I was about to say it's like the third.
All right, okay. That's why I improvised that on the spot.
I would shake your hand, but
Yeah. Sorry, Hell can't shake hands.
He
She's a little tied up at the moment.
He
She
looks.
can shimmy them, but she can't shake your hand.
You know I'm gonna do this joke every single
You got
time.
it.
Okay,
It's
all right. Well, then I'm just gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop introducing new characters. Okay. So he says, I see.
Let me offer a handshake on behalf of my newfound friendship.
Thank you,
Yeah, no
Roto.
problem. Anytime. My pleasure.
He chuckles, but in a way different from how Wayne laughed at your antics. Sinister would be a way to describe it, but sort of with not ill intent, just kind of a
Overworked? Is he over?
Yeah, no, kind
of like he's been thrown into the wage cage.
the way that somebody would laugh when they're very exhausted and just finding something funny that is like not funny, which kind of describes that whole scenario. And then he looks down at Hell after hearing the joke. Obviously, he says, you are a hexer, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah. I didn't seem to catch your name.
How rude of me. My name is Aster Cygnus. You may call me Aster.
Ass.
You didn't say
Roto,
that in
please.
you didn't say that in character. I am saying I'm vetoing that in character.
Oh, no.
Okay. And he looks down. Did you say yes? You're a hexer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm my name's Hell. I'm a hexer. You are correct.
Miss Hell, I am told it is rude to pry into one's circumstances as a hexer. But if you may grant me this one sign of pleasantries, may I see the bell you carry for us for a moment? I assure you I will return it to you in just a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Do you need help getting the bell off? Hell.
I get closer when I present the bell.
You seem a little
you
tied
kind
up at the moment.
You kind of like arch your front forward, and he kind of
like awkwardly.
Yeah, and he undoes it, and this also makes him kind of laugh a bit, and then he says thank you, and so he studies the bell, and he notices that it's pretty beat up and worn, and then he touches it with his left hand, and he removes his right hand, and the bell is floating in place. Make an Arcana check. Hell, I assume.
Is there a page I can look for all the checks? Because I can't remember all of them.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm like mentally handicapped.
There you go. Skills. What'd you roll?
9 + 7 + 2, so 18.
18. Okay, with an 18, you have in your youth backstory or whatever, read enough about the arcane arts and of the zodiacs to know that what he has done very simply by touching the bell is cast the spell Defy Gravity, which lets objects or people float in place. It's not flight, it's levitate kind of. And then what he does is very carefully with his hand, and on his hand you saw on the art, let me bring it back up for a sec. Did I delete it? Why did I delete it? Why did I... No, not existing. No. Oh, no.
No.
Listen, this is for pointing out to the people.
Beta. This is early access. You know what else
That
like
implies.
also has bugs but is in 1.0? Risk of Rain 2.
Shut up! I'm going to mute you. So on his no, maybe this one's on his right hand. The point being,
So you're doing better than I'm saying. You're doing better than Risk of Rain 2.
thank you. Well, it's definitely held your attention for as long as a single run. So
I don't fall through the map in this
no, not yet. You haven't made a backwards long jump check yet. So from his hand, he holds it out to this bell, which is floating in place, and from his ether tuner on his hand, shoots thin, focused beams of light. And at first, it is a single beam projecting onto the bell, but then the beams split, and you realize that they're not just projecting light, that they are engraving onto the bell an image or a symbol. And so make another Arcana check.
Alright. Hell's just like fucking mystified by this. Like, I feel like she hasn't seen a zodiac before, but she's read a lot about them.
Right, yeah, so make another one, and this will clue you into another kind of discipline. Or not.
So 14 plus 7.
With this, so with a 21, you can identify that the symbol that he is engraving onto the bell are runes, and they are specifically runes of elements. And he finishes drawing one rune, and then rotates the floating bell and draws another, and then he rotates it again and draws a third. And you can see that on these runes are the symbols for fire, ice, and lightning. And then after drawing the third rune, he touches the bell again, and it falls into his hand. And he says, "Yours is a hard lot in life. But if there is one thing I can assure, it's that there is no greater comfort than being different here in Providence. Consider this a welcoming present." And then he hands you back the bell. Does he attach it back on, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, she's just like stunned.
She's stunned, so he kind of, affixes it back to her neck, and your curse bell has been transmuted into a runic bell. So write this, note this down on your character sheet, and this is going to be important. So with a shake of the bell, you are able to shoot out a burst of elemental magic, a very small burst, and it has no special effect like in other elemental spells that say the Zodiac uses, but you merely shake it with intent to harm towards your enemies, and you can choose to either shoot out a bolt of fire, ice, or lightning to deal 1d6 magic damage, which is 1d6 plus your spellcasting mod, so 1d6 plus 2. And and it can still cast curses. So
Okay.
Check it out. Hell's the first one to get a freaking sick ass upgrade. You essentially have a kit.
You send me the...
Yeah, I'll write up a description of it. I have like an early draft. It's essentially just like short range, so like 30 feet or 10 tiles of shot. Yeah. Same weight, but now you can do something when you run out of spell die. Thought you'd appreciate that, seeing as how you're currently out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more fight.
Probably like stammers out like a thank you, but it barely comes out.
Yeah, he says, "Please."
English.
I extend another handshake to the Zodiac
on behalf of Hell. He's in another kind of delirious.
As she's tied up at the moment.
I'll
keep him posted as to the status of when she's not tied up.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that won't be for a while.
I mean, there's no. I think it's just like you're combat ready when you're chained up. You like probably take off the chains to like sleep.
No.
Yeah,
I just
no.
haven't had a moment.
Right.
to
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same as
down and
it's the same
unchain
as
myself.
wearing armor, like you're doing, like you two are doing. And yeah, so you thank him. You stammer this out, much like I'm stammering, and he says, "Please, do not thank me. It's still a bit of a work in progress. If you could report back to me on its efficacy in a combat scenario, I would be most appreciative to receive that data." And with that,
Of course.
he bows to all three of you, and kind of like not like a full like respectful bow, but just like nods towards all three of you, and he opens up a door in the hallway, and he closes it, and much like how Wayne's door had a gauntlet on it, the door of his office has a book on it.
Nerd.
Okay.
Would it be safe to assume that he is the head of whatever the book
Asher
guild is?
Tome, yes. I never had Wayne list the 5 guilds, but they're the 5 the
Yeah.
mosaic. Yeah, and we talked about them, and you'll meet them all eventually. But yes, you just had a run-in with Aster Cygnus, the director of research at Asher Tome, the Guild of Scholars and Magic Users. And yeah, I mean, he seemed like pretty nice. Didn't make any requests like Wayne did, but he gave Hell a sick upward grade. And no, you don't run in any other guild. No other guild leaders come out of the hallway, so you head downstairs to get your guild set up. And
I'm happy for Hell, because an upgrade for Hell or an upgrade for Flynn is also an upgrade for me, since we are a guild. We're a team.
That's good to hear.
Thanks, pal.
Again, it's not, no singular person is kind of a big deal. The collective unit is kind of a big deal. So I'm just excited to see that.
I'm excited you're excited.
Collectively getting stronger, and hopefully sooner or later
I would say this is stronger.
Union,
so
and get some collective bargaining rights.
Yeah. Just to be clear, you're not. You're gonna be at level 1. You're not. This is not a session 1. You clear the tutorial fight. You're at level 2. You're gonna stick on level 1 for a little bit longer. But anyway,
it's still an upgrade.
That's true. Yeah. Now instead of standing around cheering,
Hell is getting stronger.
Okay. So after you've met and had a cordial goodbyes with Aster, you walk downstairs.
I hate to interrupt.
Yeah, go for it.
But are we naming our guild soon?
Yes, this is what you're going downstairs to talk with the receptionist at the guild hall, whose name is Clara Graham, and she is. Have any of you guys played Atelier Iris 3?
I've played Atelier Iris 1, and it's Atelier.
What? Shut up.
Is that the one you play with Iris as the main character?
The third one? Yeah.
Okay. Because the first 2, I'm pretty sure she's like not even
I think it's just in saved pictures. She's this character, Anostra. Is the receptionist at the guild hall in that game. That's essentially the kind of hot babe, hot babelian, hot cute girl.
Cute,
yeah,
she do be cute.
So that's kind of. I think she, instead of white hair, it's like brown.
Who's the girl in the first game?
I don't know.
She gets wings and she attacks with claws, and she has a really epic jump kick attack.
This is an Atelier
and it owns the final boss.
So do you want to name your game, name your guild, or what?
Oh yeah, we should figure
So
out
yeah,
a name
you
for
go
the guild.
downstairs and go back to the reception where Wayne told you to help sign up, and Clara is like, "So, how did it go?"
I mean, pretty good.
Hell got an
I'd
epic
say.
bell, so I'd say it was a win, an epic win even.
Oh, you ran into
It sounds
Sir
like we're gonna be
Cygnus.
making a guild.
When you say this, her eyes light up, and she is like so excited. And when I say like so excited, think that sort of energy. She says, "Oh my gosh,
Like
this is
anime girl
like
excited.
yeah." And so
This
she
is what
pulls
she
out.
lives for.
She says, "So how much of the sales pitch did you get from Sir Fenris? How many of the perks did he describe? There are a lot."
He described a whole 0 of them.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
kind of in the dark.
yes! I get to describe them all! She's so happy. She says, "Okay, so where do I
so
start?"
happy to
Okay.
wage.
She says, "Well, for starters, you three are given city housing. You don't have to worry about shopping around at inns. We have sort of, dorms for you guys to live in. Since you're acting as public servants." And then she starts listing other stuff. She says, "Well, as an explorers guild, you gain entry into the Verdant Coin network of crafters and smithies, and those are not just here in Providence, but all along the Cape. So anywhere you go that has a forge or a place for you to get items like medicine, you get privy to special discounts." And you are able to synthesize the items that you find in the labyrinth into new items. And so that's another pog. And she says, "You guys get discounted tickets at the Coliseum," which is great because they also have concerts. They have concerts and shows. She says, "Oh, you'll be made official citizens of Providence, which means you get library cards. Yay, the library is awesome."
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
So that means, and then she gets very excited when describing, "As citizens, you also get free health care at the hospital.
Oh my
So
god.
if you ever get hurt, there's no charges."
Wait. I
concept.
thought this was mercantilism.
Yeah, but it's also state. It's also free healthcare. It's mixed.
So we have state mercantilism.
Essentially, yes.
It's already better than capitalism. I'm
Pretty
talking.
much. And then describing more benefits. "Well, since you're explorers,
Except
you're probably..."
for the mercantilism part. That is literally just a downgrade of capitalism.
Okay, all right. Sorry, there's no stock market. Do you want me to introduce that too?
God no, fuck that.
The
Where's
frickin'
the stock guild?
the turnip guild.
Oh no.
She says, "Well, since you're trying to get to the labyrinth, you're probably not going to swim. So being guild members means that you get free rides on the sea taxi and the ferry." And then, so the system in place is...
How do we pay for that? Woo.
The system in place is there's two methods to get to... Well, there's three methods. There's two boat methods to get to the labyrinth. You can either take the ferry, which leaves at set times from the harbor, according to the tides of the day. And that takes longer to get there because it takes a round trip from one end of the Cape. It cuts across. It cuts across and then circles around to the labyrinth and then goes back to Providence. So that's slower. Or you could take a direct sea taxi from Race Point Beach, which is just the beach northwest of town.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's faster because that's a smaller boat. What's up?
I see. I have a question about the economy. I don't know if this should be in character. No. This is like a legitimate question.
Okay, ask it out of
not
character
a-
so I know if I have an answer to it.
So you mentioned that this is a city state.
Sure. It's really just kind of I'm just throwing around names.
Is Entol universal currency?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
it accepted everywhere? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you freaking balance a freaking currency exchange. That doesn't sound like a fun scene to play out where you go to the freaking the coin machine. Don't worry, anywhere where there's people with shops, Entol will be taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not that you'll really be going anywhere besides Providence, but on the occasion that you do, like wandering merchants or whatever, they'll take Entol.
All right, cool.
I'm
sorry. I know that sounds
that
like
that wouldn't be
question, but
that wouldn't be an in-lore question because it's kind of established that Entol is universal.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Other
Thank you.
no problem. Other benefits. I've covered Azure Tome, Library Card, and Healthcare. I've covered the Verdant Coin Network. I've covered the Stygian Tide. Oh yeah. I think she mentions jokingly that like. Yeah, but the ferry's really nice, but the sea taxis are faster. Just, be aware that they are run by Stygian Tide members, so they can get a little testy, Being a sea taxi isn't the most glamorous job for them, so be nice to them.
By testy, have there been any incidents of fighting?
Oh no, nothing as serious like that. I'm just saying, to be friendly, you should, not look down on them.
Of course, I love workers.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So yeah, I will say that a gameplay difference, it's negligent, but if this is kind of plays into planning for next session, which is if you either want to take the ferry to the labyrinth versus the sea taxi, you meet more people on the ferry, but it's slower. And we've discussed the gameplay mechanics behind making friends.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's up?
We can discuss the
Right. Yeah. Okay.
all those logistics in the next session.
Right. Okay. That's pretty much it in terms of perks for being a guild. And she says, "Okay, that'll come out to 1,000 Entol for the three of you. Isn't that such a great deal?"
Well, okay. I've got 600. How much do y'all got?
No, you have a pooled 150 or 1,500.
Oh, I thought it's not 1,000 each. It's
No. 1,000 for all of you. I wouldn't do a dick move like that. Are you kidding?
Oh,
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So sorry. What happened to the Entol we rolled? Has that just been thrown out?
That's been that's been pooled. Those totals were rolled and then given to you as the bounty for the 4 guys.
Okay. So the 1,500 metric was just the sum total of our rolls.
Yes, and I'm not doing a dick move in terms of making you pay 3,000, but I am decreasing your funds from 1,500 to 500.
Okay.
Or you can choose not to be a guild.
No. I was just unclear on.
Seems like a steal
Yeah,
to me.
We'll.
With no concept of money.
You need to spend some money to make money in a mercantile economy, so it makes sense.
That is definitely the good attitude to have. Okay, so here we go. The last part. What is your guild called? She looks with a very expecting expression.
All right, so I was thinking, since we've been mentioning how we're kind of a big deal, a bunch, I was thinking we could be co-ad, kind of a big deal. Wait, no, co-ab.
Okay, any names that aren't terrible? She says.
Wow. I mean, It's not that I don't agree. Just wow. You just
I would like to offer up the name Drunken Spelunkin.
All right, so
But you're not going into caves. You're going into a tree.
So?
Okay, any names that aren't also terrible? She says. Think
But
of something.
Jeez, you're putting us on the spot here.
Well, you could leave it blank for now. I see no pressure.
That's cringe.
There aren't any
We're
many.
not leaving it blank.
I will say, all right, if you want me to not get mad at you, maybe think of something
All right.
inspiring that Wayne said about the structure of the
Dude,
city.
I've literally, like, when I play Etrian Odyssey casually, I name my guilds, like, based.
Well, now
Like,
where there's,
I don't know what you were expecting.
I'm expecting you to think in universe in a name that if you make it big in this guild, it'll be known around the world. You want something fucking cool and badass and doesn't sound like it was made up by Electra _RTA.
I feel personally attacked and called out
Yeah, you are.
in character. Damn. This is also coming
I
from the
can't
guy
think
who
of
named
anything
his
right now.
Dragon Quest IX protagonist, because I couldn't think of anything.
Okay, come on. Something.
How about we just leave it blank for now? And
Okay.
think of a name
I'm-
overnight.
Cool with that.
She says, okay, great. And then marks you guys
Blank
down.
for now. Will be known
it's
across
just a
the
seri-
land.
it's just a series of underscores.
Yeah.
And then she
Dot,
says,
dot, dot.
yeah, says, all right, all taken care of. So, do you want to be shown your new living space, or just given the
I want to
keys?
drink. I want to drink.
Okay. Great. Let me point out on the map where you're staying, so you don't stumble around after for having some fun. So the place where
I've
this
got drinking +1. I'll be fine.
that's you're still rolling a d20. And you don't know what kind of checks I'm going to be making you make and with what consequences. So the guild housing
No.
The guild housing is, I kind of didn't write it that clearly. If you look above the park, above the guild hall, there are those boxes with smaller rectangles attached to them.
Mhm.
Is it the?
So like northeast of the guild hall.
Oh, that would be north, but yeah. I know, I tilted the compass
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm an asshole. But yeah, essentially, yeah, north of the guild hall,
Is it near the hospital?
it's near the jail. Like, look directly up from the jailhouse. And then one up to the left of that. That guy, that's you. You're number 3. Wait, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You're number 5. You're staying in number 5. And it is. Do you want to do the scene of like going in and getting the tour? I don't really have. It's not really that important. And I was thinking of googling
Can
like
you
pictures.
describe?
Could
Yeah,
you give us the cliff notes?
Yeah, sure. Okay, it's like like beach cottages, where like.
Mm-hmm.
I took a picture today because I went to the Jersey Shore. Let me
Wow.
post an approximation of what it will look
Where'd
like.
you go?
I'm not gonna dox where I went.
But
I'm not there now. I
did you
know.
go to LBI? Did you go to Green
Yeah.
Lake or?
Near Seaside Heights.
Okay.
It looks like one of these.
Wow, you actually went to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and that's why I had to take a freaking nap. So yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at, but it's kind of a bit more homey. Think like an Airbnb you would be in that has like tacky beach decor, like the piece of driftwood on the coffee table, and like imagine like live, laugh, love on the wall. That's the kind
Oh,
of
true,
decorum
it's true.
where
I mean, Seaside Heights is
yeah.
for a little fourth wall breaking. Seaside Heights is where the Jersey Shore of the show was filmed.
Yeah, and it's where if you go too far down the beach, you see like Trump rallies. But I digress.
Voters for Trump.
All right,
Let's go.
it's very interesting. This is an
We
aside that
love
has
our voters.
this has nothing to do with tabletop, but it's very interesting the kind of coin where P-Town in Cape Cod is like it's incredibly left leaning, like it's so incredibly queer and cool and like artists and all these crafters, but the decorum that you'll find is exactly the same interiorly. It's the same sort of like knickknacks, but just in terms of where you'll be staying, it's like
model.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 2-bathroom, 2-bedroom, little like kitchenette for you guys, and like a table, like a living space, but there's no real walls other than in the bedrooms and bathrooms.
Is this like a shared space, or do we each get our own?
No, yeah, you're like staying in the same like building with this same setup.
Roommates.
Yeah, you're rooming with Flynn, Roto, and Hell gets to the room to herself.
I'm getting my own room.
But yeah, you can skip going there and dumping off your luggage and saying, "Wow, it's so nice. Wow."
I'm going to unchain myself now.
Okay, that's actually a really good time to do that.
Free reign of my limbs.
Now I get to throw all these encounters at you where you won't be able to cast. No. So after setting up your guild, your nameless guild, you've and unpacked your things in your houses. Its sun is, starting to set. It's around 5 p.m. Call it, because this is still like March. I guess maybe like 6 p.m. It's getting dinner time, and are you guys hungry?
I'm thirsty.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
So you are gonna make your way from your new living space down to the main street. And how should I do this? Let's have, well, I don't know. So you see,
I'm looking for the pub. I can't find it.
Well, yeah, make a sort of perception check just on like the restaurant sort of scenario that they've got going on. I'm telling you, it's a lot of seafood. Does the party have any dietary restrictions?
Now that you ask, my character's vegan. I'm kidding.
Okay, good. Phew. Jeez, because are you the three of you decide unceremoniously to go to like the tavern that looks like the most basic but also like homely, and you look on Fantasy Yelp and it has really good reviews, but then the price isn't too steep. So you go in and seated, whatever, and it's time to order. What are you chowing down on? Keep in mind, this is Cape Cod, baby. You could get any kind of seafood you'd like. You could get freaking lobster. You could get crab. You could get chicken. You could get chicken tendies off the kids menu. You could get a whole roasted chicken.
Like this is a subtle jab.
I don't know why you would take it as such. You could get freaking clams with bellies. You could get raw oysters to start. You could get all sorts of delicious stuff.
Hey, yo, it's chowder time.
You could get chowder. Would you want some chowder? Some clam chowder?
I love clam chowder.
All right. What's the table look like? And you guys are freaking hungry, all right? Because you fought some bandits and Roto and Flynn, you got patched up by some medicas, but that doesn't sate the appetite.
My appetite is to drink. I need to use my drinking stat. It's
Okay.
+1. Kind of a big deal.
Oh my god. No, I need everybody to tell me what they're ordering. You said
really
chicken.
quietly to the
Yeah.
the server, just I'll have the attendees on
Yeah.
And she's like, sure thing, dear. You've got it. What, do you want tendies too, Roto?
Hell yeah, attendees.
All right, 2 orders of tendies.
Team
You're in
attendees.
fucking seafood capital
That
of.
is 3 orders attendees.
Oh my god, you guys suck.
I'm a child.
You get a glance.
I have a very specific
For
taste.
attendees.
You guys get a glance
Specifically.
from the server, and she says, "Oh, okay. So what's the big occasion? Why you guys
It's
splurging?
10 o'clock, dude. It's tendy time.
Anything good happen today, you guys?"
You're looking at
You're looking at
the
people.
newest guild in town.
When you
To be
say
named.
this,
TBN.
when you mention this to the server, that that the 3 of you have formed an exploration guild, the tavern kind of falls silent, and it becomes very uncomfortable for a second.
Hey.
And oh wait, no,
okay,
no, let
okay,
me
say
finish.
something,
Let me
Dad.
finish. And then they kind of everybody raises their glasses or their forks and they cheer and they say, "Yeah!" And then there's kind of a raucous applause, not applause, but a cheer and kind of a lively attitude. And then people are starting to gather around the table, and it's gotten all of a sudden very lively. And I'm gonna play
I'm glad they're excited. For
I'm gonna
tendies, too.
play some music that shit, I had it saved.
Oh no.
No, it's from Etrian Odyssey. Don't worry. So pause, unmute. Everyone is ecstatic to hear that another Adventurers Guild has been formed. You're not sure if it's the somber attitude from the disappearance of the heads of Verdant Coin, but it gives us kind of hope to these people. It's not exactly a sign that the town is failing, but it was definitely missing something. And with news of you 3
Yeah, tendies.
having... This is a monologue with music, dude. I'm kicking you off the call. With the news that you guys have formed an exploration guild, people are pumped to hear that. They start asking you questions about where you're from and how long you've been planning this and what the name of your guild is, and all these questions of these really excited people, because as mentioned, the Master Guild served as these pillars of the city, but it was missing this central pillar. And to be frank, a lot of the housing you passed by, set aside for these guild workers, these exploration guilds, was empty. And you're the first new one in a long time. So, just to give you a sense of where we're at, this story that we're shown, and hey, guess what? Everyone's so pumped that they pay your bill and they bring out actual seafood for you guys to eat. Having clued into the fact that you're outsiders, they're like, "Oh, we gotta get you guys some freaking real Providence food." So they're bringing it out. And they're bringing out the tendies too, but the tendies freaking pale in comparison to how good this seafood is.
I feel like hell would disagree.
Well,
Hell's a picky eater. She tries some of the seafood and the texture is
It's nothing compared to tendies.
what do you guys have against seafood? What the fuck? I'm getting mad.
Yeah, I'm in
Hey,
character.
I'm just
I
role playing
yeah,
my
no,
character.
Oh,
Perfect.
here.
yeah,
Perfect.
sure. You
you got a
freaking
problem with that?
yeah. Go to freaking Cape Cod and
We have
order a
a specific
burger.
taste for
Sure,
tendies.
whatever. It's your loss. It's your character's losses. Yeah. I mean, your tab gets picked up by these people happy to hear that you're adventurers, and you start to drink, and they bring out the drinks for you, guy. What do you want to drink? They say, hey, this round's on me. Fucking not in a can. There's no cannon. What do you want a bottle of? What do you want a mug of? You want some ale? You want some? It's stocked. The liquor is stocked for like all sorts of tastes. They've got like fancy bougie liquor. They've got frickin' beer and mead. They've got rum.
Fucking mead.
What do you want?
Could I get some scotch?
Some scotch. Yeah, they get you a little belt of scotch, and everybody pours one around, and they say, to the Exploration Guild. So make a D20 Vitality save, with a bonus to drinking, and roll that for me, Roto.
I will in one.
Tell me how good that +1 does.
9.
9 + 1. That's a 10. You pour it back like a trooper, and this shit is freaking strong. You're like,
It's whack. This is a whack.
Oh, but it's so tasty. It's just like a bit of ice. You know how to drink scotch.
I'm a little bit out of character, but I'm well versed.
Yeah, I've seen that video. I've seen that picture where it's all ice. But yeah, and you
Keep it cold.
yeah, not gonna comment
you
on
want
that
to buy
one.
me an ice block maker? Please,
No.
I'll take one.
I'll think about it if you stop interrupting my scenes.
I'm sorry.
It's
My
okay.
apologies.
Yeah, you know, yeah, you're feeling a bit out of it, a bit dizzy, not a bit drunk. You could probably go like one more, and then that's where you're like at your established limit. Otherwise, I will be kind to you. I said there will be drinking rolls, and there will. But if you keep drinking, you will be hungover, which will affect your
I
performance
have a
tomorrow.
high intelligence stat. I know my limit.
Okay, good.
And
So you want to get one more drink, and I will say that, your appeal to these people by partaking in the festivities definitely earns you some points. I don't know what those points do, but some people learn the name Roto and Flynn and Hell from this, night at the tavern.
Seeing Roto pound back that scotch, Hell will attempt to order rum.
Okay.
In the second round.
I sure hope Roto wasn't pounding scotch. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Sipping.
You were sipping.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. I will say that because you're a child, Hell, roll drinking with disadvantage.
Attempt.
Can I give some drinking pointers to my good friend Hell?
to your child, to your small child friends. You're gonna be a great influence.
Since I have a pretty good intelligence stat,
Okay.
but a terrible wisdom stat.
Yeah.
I know it's a good idea to let her know that drinking hard liquor is probably not the greatest idea.
This is good. This is a good PSA.
My
for the
vitality
kids.
modifier.
So I instead advise her to get a low calorie beer.
Did they
like a light beer?
Well, they've got that. Do you take Roto's advice, Hell?
No, I get the rum.
Oh,
all right, they bring it out for this little kid.
Then I'd be like, that's
Hell is unchained. She's out. She's freaking throwing it down. Okay, so give me that would be vitality
that's my
plus
girl
drinking,
right
but since you're a child and like 5 feet tall, you have disadvantage.
and really thin and sickly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
sounds great.
That'd be a 4.
And that was with disadvantage?
3 plus my vitality modifier. So
Okay.
yeah.
I don't
with
think you could get
disadvantage,
much
but-
lower than that. Yeah, after...
Can I?
Oh, I rolled
Can I?
both. It
So
was
I was
a
offered a.
3 and a 14. so-
Yeah, that's the 3. What's up?
So I was offered a second drink earlier.
Yeah, we'll
can
get-
I order waters for the table?
Yeah, no, water's free, you idiot.
What do you mean?
Sorry, that was rude.
We are literally
don't-
surrounded
okay, wait,
by
wait.
water. We're
Yeah.
on. We're
You don't
a city
order...
on the water.
You don't order... There are rivers and lakes and stuff on Cape Cod. Look, I could show you
we're
them from
surrounded
the
by
map.
water.
Okay.
Can I get some distilled water for the table?
Yeah, and you don't order water, you just kind of ask for it. It's like saying, I'll order
Yeah,
the
that-
bread to start. It's like, we just kind of bring that out. Sorry.
What if they didn't? It was
I'm being a
unclear.
jerk. Okay, I'm sorry to mention that the waiter brought out water. Are you happy? So
Alright,
with...
can I get a second one?
Shut up. With a 3 from your drinking, you down this rum, and you feel very woozy, and you just kind of, like, nod off. What?
In the
Yeah,
in
that's
the
all I
bar?
got.
Yeah, in the chair that you're sitting.
No.
What
I
do you-
disagree. I have
I'm
plus one drinking.
Not you, Hell!
All right.
Not Roto, the small child.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes
Before
more
I pass
sense.
out, I
Yeah. Flynn, are you
should've
partaking
taken
in this
advice,
debauchery?
Roto.
It happens.
No, I am too busy eating seafood. and
That's-
watching.
What happened to
That's
your
my fucking
tendies?
boy. Yes, that he gave you your He
Yeah,
gave you
gotta
his
eat
tendies.
everything.
You don't have to eat everything. You're just everybody's buying, everybody's eating everything. It's a good time. So okay. After that fun night out where you were, lauded as heroes, and both mentioning that you formed an exploration guild and had helped catch those 4 criminals, kind of like make you a big deal. But just a small scale big deal. Does that make sense? Like, everybody in that tavern
Kind
now
of
knows
a
of
big
you.
deal, would you
Kind-
say?
Translation, kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but it's not like everybody in town is like knows you. Just like the dozen or so people that were in that tavern eating.
All right, we're
Alright.
we're
Yeah,
on the
you're
up
making
and
your
up.
way up. Yeah. And then I
I
don't know.
still want to name the guild kind of a big deal. I feel like it would
Well-
just be so fitting.
I kind of all right. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. I mean, Hell is passed out, and are you looking to like explore the town some more, or just head back to sleep?
Well, given that I am currently carrying hell on my shoulders,
Yeah.
I feel that
Oh wait. I have a
as
good
much
idea.
fun as it.
Yeah, keep talking.
No, let me finish here.
Yeah, I will.
I feel like it would be a better decision, more responsible adult decision. I'm relying on my high intelligence stat, and my piss poor low wisdom stat it's being compensated for.
Yeah.
So I asked Flynn if we should delay our exploration of the city, not only because it's dark out right now,
Yeah.
obviously,
Obviously.
but because hell is in some poor shape at the current juncture, and we should delay that until the morning and catch some Z's. Also, make sure she's not dead.
Yes.
Are we outside of the pub at the?
If you
No,
see my
no.
epic photoshopping on stream,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
just make
I'm
you small.
currently.
you're,
I
you're,
am
you're
as
fucking
big
massive.
as the spire of the fucking building.
I am scaling you down, but you don't have a neutral pose. That's good.
Okay. Oh my god, the world is shaking. Oh my god.
That's funny. Okay, so yeah, the 3 of you head back to your new pad, and you
This
Tu-
is adorable, by the way.
you tuck Hell in. It's good that she already took off her chains, so you don't have to do that for her. Just kind of tuck her in her robes, and you know, you go to your rooms and you sleep.
You're not using the updated sprite.
Oh my
That's
god.
why I sent you the updated sprite.
Well, you sent it as in the pre-stream, so tough.
Here's the updated
I
sprite
saw
again.
it. I'll update it for next time. The three of you.
You just have to replace the file location.
Oh my god. The three of you realize like just how tired you are because you've been on the road for like weeks. And you've pretty much just been camping and rotating, letting people sleep in the wagon and or like on the side of the road. And it's been pretty cold, so you've been sleeping next to like campfires. But this is like your first night in a bed in like close to a month. And you fucking sleep on it. Yeah, okay, you don't need to really need to like vocalize that. I think this is
I'm
a good
erping. I'm erping.
Why would you throw in an E there? What does the E stand for? Don't say a lecture roleplay.
Epic roleplay.
Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah.
Etrian roleplay. Etrian roleplay.
He got there, folks. He stuck the landing. All right.
It's the 13 intelligence.
I think
brain.
that's a good stopping point as any for this first session. What do you guys think? It's after midnight. That was a solid 3 hours of adventuring.
It's been awesome so far.
Adventuring.
I'm like really digging this.
Sorry I didn't start you guys at the foot of the tree. I kind of wanted this setup for the world.
Oh, I like the setup.
Thank you.
I can't complain about anything. So
Yeah,
far.
I
This has
mean,
been really fun.
I guess this is the after talk. Let me formally end the session with this. Wait, no, that's the that's a save jingle. Why when I search Dragon Quest sleep jingle, nothing shows up? Sleep.
Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Oh my god, you don't need
¿Dónde
to.
está?
Whatever. You're gonna play it while I'm talking anyway. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this has been great.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if we have to do scheduling on stream. Yeah, let me stop recording. Hey, everybody who showed up, let me open up chat. What have people been saying? Have you guys had chat open or closed?
I've had it open.
What's the reception been? Tell me, Miri.
3 smile charges and some people saying hey.
Hey, alright. Yo, Lycan Dragon, thanks for being back. We're just wrapping up, which is why I'm reading chat. Yeah, I'll switch to Discord. That's a cute image, though. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. This has honestly been so fun, and it's all over. There's no more adventure. I'm so glad that you all witnessed the one and only episode. Thank you, Electra. Yeah, that's the credits noise. Here's all the people that worked on all the game. It's me. It's Ben. I'm the one who worked on the game. I guess now's a good time for a Q&A. If you guys got to dip and go to sleep, I totally get it. I guess there's a Q&A for you guys, which is what time works next week.
Let me check my schedule.
Outside of my raid days, any day works.
So this same time Sunday would work.
That would work.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I don't have hours for Sunday.
I can't do Wednesday or Saturday night.
Okay, that's fine.
I also can't do Wednesdays or Saturdays.
Can you do this time next week, Miri?
I can probably do this time. I'll talk to my boss and say I can't do. I can do anything, or that ends before 9, so I'll be able to do this.
Okay, Miri, I didn't get your response.
Yeah, I can do next Sunday.
Awesome. Okay. I guess I'll do. I don't want to like drag you guys into like a Q&A. if people want to ask questions in chat. Wow, thank you everybody who's stuck around to view it. Like in Dragon, I love the idea of the setting. I'm curious on the classes. How did you make them? I should link the Discord. I'm gonna link the Discord of the materials. That is the server. The way that I did the classes was I looked a lot at Etrian's classes, and I actually took it from a system called GLOG, Goblin Laws of Gaming. And the way that their system works is that classes have 4 ranks.
V-Bros just can't stop winning.
Alright. What? Oh, shut up. Classes have ranks as opposed to what am I saying? In GLOG, classes have 4 ranks. In this setting, classes have 7. So it's kind of in the idea that you'll see as you follow more of the campaign, like and subscribe, is that subclassing is not restricted by any sort of story event or boss. It is based purely on you need a tutor to teach you the ways of the class to get into level or into rank 1 of the class. So the way that I built them was thinking of it in terms of balancing having a number of skills that to learn. You guys don't have to stick around. If you guys need to dip, I totally get it, because I'll talk to you guys later about planning. Not that I'm trying to kick you out, but I don't know how interesting it'll be for me to sit around.
I am gonna dip. I'm tired. I'll
all right, yeah, it's late.
Indeed.
See you, Miri. Miri, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. I cannot wait to play more of it with all of you guys. All right. What was I saying? I was saying about thinking about each class having abilities. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me pull up the class.
I guess I'm dipping as well.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Later, man.
What am I trying to get? Let's pull up Zodiac, actually. I think that's a really good one. And yeah, I'm gonna say thank you to everyone who's watching. I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna keep streaming. But this has been session 1 of Labyrinthian Odyssey. I'm probably gonna be ending up trimming this down, but thank you everybody who watched and helped and made this possible and stuck around. Thank you.